cheap. Two minds in a beat-up booth, trading stories, jokes, and deeper truth. Ideas bouncing like neon in the rain, trying to ride the edge of that cosmic train. Life got us booked up, stress got us tight, but Saturday frees us, we take flight. Tonight we're vibing out with no receipt, cause wisdom's free and real talk's cheap. Talk cheap, real cheap, come get your fill. We're spinning reels with zero chill, funking around with no receipt.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Next.
So
Nine.
X9.
That's
Can you move yourself one click forward? I didn't realise.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I can. Yeah, the technology.
Oh, there we go. Look, he's a little bigger than me now.
No.
Well,
you got avatar envy.
Perspective.
Straight
the
up.
perspective is great.
Straight
No,
up.
it's probably more accurate. Well, it makes your head a bit more. It makes my head not so unrealistically big.
Yeah, I'm live at the moment, so yes, I will. Another season, another episode. Well, not another season, definitely another episode. X in our way through it.
Oh, hang on.
Axe me early.
Hang on.
What?
Oh, hang on.
What's going on?
Oof.
Technical issues?
I had volume up on the you would know, no one else could hear, but it just deafened me.
Yeah. Yikes.
Suddenly I was just inside a bus down near its wheel.
I did not need those eardrums.
No,
right?
yeah.
Okay. It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. Damn, sorry, that was a little bit of a distraction. I was a little distracted by
No, it's okay. It's okay. I get it. You know, tumbleweeds do that. They really do. They tend to.
Yeah, look, that was
very
good. Like,
distracting.
Tumbleweed has been like 7 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Amongst it.
Going hard. Loving it. Living it.
Yeah. Pacing self, somewhat managing.
Comparing nutsacks.
Yeah, comparing nutsacks.
Yeah, man.
Which is, well, it's important to do.
You got to be able to, you got to be able to pick a good one.
Well, I think if you've got to be down there having a look close up, you want a better image than most.
Yeah. Something with symmetry, you don't, not too much left and not too much right, but sort of,
Well, also you don't want the nutsack to be kind of like sort of a wide border for the penis. If the penis is kind of like presented within the context of the nutsack, as if the nutsack's there and then there's a penis in the nutsack. That's not it. I don't think that's
not good.
That's not good.
Not working.
No, it's something to
best to get the bamboo sheath out quickly.
Look, I feel like as somebody with that kind of equipment, like that, it's important. We talk about things like where you need to sort of eat well, or you got to have less calories in and out in a day, or unless there's a reason, and then you've got to have like or other things like that. There's ways of looking after your body, like you want to live a long time, getting your teeth done or things. I think that like ensuring
you've got to take care of the temple. That's right.
Yes, ensuring that the sort of the glands part of the reproductive system of the male and the sort of the
regular. That's it. Regular extractions. You don't want to atrophy. That's it. Squeeze
because
it.
Visually,
squeezing.
Even as like an 80-year-old, or 70-year-old, whatever, you want to disrobe. You want to
keep the pipes flowing. That's right.
You do. Yeah. It behooves us.
Yes, it does.
Otherwise, literally, what like tardigrades. Like the sort of that look of tardigrades where it's kind of these rolls of
mini tank. Yeah, I love them.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can end up with like a body that looks a little bit like a tardigrade with these kind of rolls and then with a little sort of
hard to tell the waist from the mid. The
chest and the head of the peen just sort of sticks straight out like a nipple.
It's got no sort of curving to the left or curving to the
three
right.
nipples. They've got like the two nipples up top and then one nipple down.
Superfluous.
A third nipple down below.
Hanging out.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Not hanging.
Oh, looking like a little nipple.
Yes.
Yeah. Worse than lemon dick. All right.
This is something to I think to work against. Like I believe that just there's you look at sort of like say men around like the 60 plus, 65 plus maybe.
Yeah.
And
you've done all your business. Like but
there's two parts. There's one where the person is still like vital, and then there's one that's a tardigrade.
Yeah, they go on the.
I mean, tardigrades maybe they're sturdy. I don't know. Yeah, they are. They're robusting.
That's it. What do they call them? Mini lions. Yeah, micro lion.
You don't want like your genitalia section looking like the belly of a tardigrade. I don't. It's not. Humans are not generally attracted to tardigrades. Maybe you could get like a particular thing.
I've seen the cushy blow up thing, and also the plushie. Yeah. Like they have plushie tardigrades now.
Oh, so people it could be a
I got offered it on Facebook. Like they were look at these special extra strange science toys we've got, and I'm like, tardigrade giant.
Perhaps the sort of
tardigrade. Yeah, who knows?
The unused male of like 70 plus will have a place after all.
They did bring life to this planet. Please be respectful to the gods. The true gods of the space industry.
But
space dust, space mites,
space mites, mighty space
mites.
Yeah.
Robust, durable,
enhanced.
Yeah.
Would they scale well? Maybe that's the nature of like if something's sort of small.
I think you'd be in a lot of trouble if they were bigger. Like I think you'd be in a lot of trouble.
Would they be in trouble though?
Well, it depends. If they were like kind and all sort of semi-religious and stuff and easily sheeped along, then we could probably turn them into cattle or something. You know what I mean? Like harvesting the tardigrade. That's it.
Is it okay?
Imagine them fattened up. They'd be like big fat steaks, mate. And you can just go hard on them.
It'd be more than a manatee.
And it'd be easy to get a bucket of legs. Like just
they're pretty strong.
legs.
Would they?
One tardigrade would give you a whole bucket of legs.
How would you cook a tardigrade?
Eight nice. Oh, I'd deep fry it. I'd go hard. It's straight in there, mate. Maybe some batter on it. After it's been walloped a bit, just to soften it up.
But I think they. Let me just go.
It'd be a bit tough, I reckon, because I reckon it'd be like a muscly sumbitch. You know what I mean? Like you start blowing them things up, you might think they look little tiny and cute and, oh, that wouldn't hurt anybody. But you blow that up into a big thing, it's going to be, you know, like beefcake. It's going to fuck you up. Well, it's going to be steroid kek. That's what it's going to be. Kek on steroids.
Well, it depends what you want to do. Okay. So 180 degrees centigrade, they'll die almost immediately.
True.
But they can stand 150 degrees centigrade for like just for under a minute. Yes.
So are they really space-worthy if it's like plus 200, minus 200?
They're only tough when dehydrated. When hydrated and walking around, they're quite fragile. Turns out.
Oh, they're in the special storage mode, unfilled.
So if you drop a dried tardigrade onto a hot frying pan, it's dead in fractions of a second.
A bit like cooking fleas.
I think that less than fleas. You need millions just to have a breadcrumb, apparently.
I mean, it's easier to get mosquitoes in African countries and get burgers out of that. You know what I mean? Like, that's good meat, mate. That's decent recycling. I like that kind of concept, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I wonder what the insides of a tardigrade are, like scaled up. You know, would they be meaty or squishy? That's interesting. I mean,
well, I don't know. I mean, once it's inflated, it'd be interesting to know that, you know, they've obviously got a mouth and an arsehole. You can just get, that's a given, isn't it?
I guess so. Something's got to go in and out of them in some way, like whatever that means. You know, whether it's the same orifice, whether it's just literally osmosis through the skin, whatever it is, the skin is then the butt. You know, like it's like the mouth. I am but mouth and anus at once.
Through your little multiple anuses.
Yeah. Like what if you're like made of anuses, like in that way, like your whole, like all of your
Anus
pores.
creature.
Yeah, creature that's just the anus creature. Each of its like pores of its skin, it's basically like a skin, and which is just essentially all anuses, and
stretching and contracting its anal muscles.
Yeah,
that's right.
It feels like some kind of ocean dwelling creature at that point.
You'd want to blow water through, wouldn't it?
Like I mean, a
sort of bit of a
starfish or
floaty
something
going on,
those
you know?
things. Some of those, like the whole
Some sort of bow there to give it buoyancy, you know?
a bowl for buoyancy.
Yeah.
Is that where the
Suck in
poop is?
some water,
Oh, an air.
double
Oh, so you
anus.
mean like a sack, so they can let it in and out,
sack where they can
move around
gather
via
a bit
like
of it,
just emissions,
get oxygen
issuing
out, the buoyancy
forth
of
the
water,
air.
you know? That's it.
So what if like you used actually a fermentation process?
You know, fishermen out there just horrified. These little anuses gulping for air out of the water, and they're like,
And then swallowing up the air and then being able to like move under.
defending themselves with like release of toxic gas and like a fart.
Yeah, I was also thinking like it would be kind of like if they use like a
religious
fermentation
ceremony,
process, you know.
Getting on your head, dropping little, you know.
Oh, eating you from a head.
Data on you.
Like putting like eating you from the head down.
Making it righteous, you know.
Like they just jump on your head and start to sort of digest you while pooping you out the other side.
Amorphisize you. That's right. Get on your bad side. Try total conversion. You know what I mean? Like.
So is the mouth part of this like a grinder? Like it just grinds?
I think so. Is it like nori grindy teeth?
Nori kind of grinding
if
that
it
just
digs
pastes
through
everything.
dirt, I guess if it digs through dirt, you'd want to be able to like a piezo potty mouth, you know, tunneling device, wouldn't it?
Would
At least be able to use those little
each
claws
one
on
of
the front
these
to dig it up.
anus mouths like that's sort of that, you know, in this kind of pattern? Would they require tongues? Things to sort of reach out, like little things. That, you know, like a tongue is a
little
neat
thing to
hand.
flick out.
It's the first
I
finger.
think
The tongue
tongue's
is
more necessity when you're like chewing food.
no, but the tongue's like a tentacle.
But it
brings
can be a
things in.
tentacle as well. Yeah.
You know, you stick it
Little
out, you
hand
like
on it,
harvest with it.
flying out, grabbing you.
Yeah. So it's like the first. It's the first hand.
You know, 10,000 foot
It's the true
tall,
hand,
just
actually.
like doing the old claw grabber on you.
Hands
Straight down the gullet.
hands are secondary tongues.
Best ride ever.
Oh, a huge ride.
All the way through. Tarragate internals.
I would like to see the inside of a tardigrade. Yeah, I want to know what
You'd
you
be
can
ready for
sort
the
of.
ride.
Yeah, well, but you know, slow motion kind of ride.
Ingested by the hardiest
Slow
creature.
motion. Ingested by like moving through. I wonder. Yes, there'd be a.
World of news. Haven't heard anything. It's been great.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure. I have no idea. I can't tell you much.
Music, like catching up on the the catch-up concert stuff that's been designed.
Oh, some great music this week on the catch-up concert. Like, I mean, it's not much of a promo for it to say here, but
Loving it.
it's fucking good stuff.
Sonos just
when I make the upgrades to the database, right? One of the upgrades is going to when I get
the helpings.
Yeah, well, it'll be a thing which links because it'll know which one is a song, and then you tick it, and then it puts it. Then it goes and it's uploaded. It then knows the ID code in YouTube.
Yep.
So then I can have an automation process which uses rewrites basically the description to it and puts in like next clip or related clips. So that,
do the joining up.
so that songs link to
that'll be
these
good.
things, clips, and clips link to the song. So you can go, oh, what are they talking about? Oh, there's a song. Or the,
little thing pops up.
Start building the referral system within
the screen.
our database.
Check this clip out. You know, the usual spruiking of the channel.
Yeah, it's a funny thing to spruik it in the middle of an episode because, of course, like it's probably the least likely place where anyone will hear it. We could use it as a cutout, like to talk about it. We could intentionally make a. That'd be interesting, actually.
The spruik episode. We semi-spruik anyway. We semi-spruik anyway with the sponsors. You know,
we haven't done it. Well, we haven't done sponsors in ages, actually.
I know. And I'm just now that I've reminded myself, it's time for a sponsor. And again, the sponsor of choice is the Ampley's hard cider. We love the 6.699%. It's good. 2 drinks in 1 can. Be cautious. Alcohol is responsibility.
It is.
All right. It is a responsibility.
It is because otherwise you stop having fun.
Yeah.
I think that's the king. Is like you know, it's like this and that, and you're having a go. Someone's like, don't have a go at them. Just point out that the whole goal of it, you want to have tonight is to have
Is
fun.
to have fun. If you're not having fun,
then
what are you doing?
What are we doing? Yeah. So instead of
Cool.
like making it a negative thing, you turn it into a positive thing. You know, essentially. So the goal is to have fun. You know.
True.
And you're like, Jesus, I don't want to get too wasted. I'll stop having fun.
Yeah.
As opposed to I'll get in trouble or people won't like me, or you know what I mean, or I'll be a bad person, or fuck all that. Like
you've overstepped the boundaries,
bullshit, man. And it's like actually, it's like you want to have a nice time. You want to go home and go, oh, that was
I had a great
tonight.
time tonight. Memorable moments, not forgettable ones.
And you get a little woozy, whatever. It's like fucking, but like it's like you're like what, and you're puking. Oh my god, I have to go to the hospital tomorrow. Like that's not fucking a good time, man.
Someone's gonna pull this thing out of me.
It's crazy. It's not cool. And I think that it's really interesting in terms of in my life journey with people's opinions around even like say smoking, you know, about my own things, like what I should and shouldn't do, and if I'm a good or bad person because I do more or less, or smoke this or that, or don't, or whatever, or
do what you want. It's your life.
All
for
that
fuck's
crap.
sake. Stop looking for either verification or validation, or someone to be disappointed at your actions. Fuck off. Just do what you want. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, and just shut up and do it.
The put down process doesn't work, man. If you have a person in your life that you want to help, like stop doing something, let's say like they, you know, and they want to as well, like so they want to, but they're not really succeeding, and you'll want to be supportive, right? As opposed to you just having a go at somebody for being themselves, and you know, what are you doing? But then don't put them down.
Oh, don't put them down.
No, like I remember, so with my my wife, she was used at the time was really anti the fact that I was smoking weed. You know, she used that as like a real a bit of a stick.
Negatory.
Didn't understand the purpose of medicine. They should have been hitting herself with, but that's as we do. You know.
So, you know, best I beat you know, with the rafter in my own eye when you only have the straw. True. We know how it works.
Yes, that's the norm. Yeah, so as we do, so as humans. But she, I mean, I said, do you really? And so there was this one day I come home and I'd been actually given this is a little bit interesting, but I'd been given this big jar of fucking just kith like weed. I just I just had it like you know, and that stuff is a highly you get like a big bag, like all leaf, just chopped up leaf.
You can do tea and whatever with it. You know, it can be mellow.
But if you only consume at that level, then you get happy at that level. Like it's fine.
Yeah, true. It's not like
so
a big thing.
So she just went nutter, like in a
because she saw the quantity.
She got angry, and then just thought, fuck this guy, and just smashes this jar and tries to shove it all down the toilet, like, and then it's like just it was a big situation. Like, and she's fuming, and I just go, well, hey,
because it's not flushed. It's not very well flushable. It floats, you know.
I know it floats, right? So there's all just trying to shove the weed down the toilet, and it's like more fucking stuff everywhere, just like
still floating there, you know.
And there's a lot of it.
You know, starting to clog the toilet up because it's sort of floating up around the S bend, you know, clogging it up.
Yeah, you can't.
That's it. You're gonna need to plunge it soon.
Just to get that weed down. But so we, I said, well, like, do you actually want to help me stop?
Yeah.
And she said, well, yeah, I do. I said, all right, no, okay. So, you know, what I want you to do for me is just be available for like the next 3-4 days, probably max.
Yeah.
And then any time, like, I'm feeling even the most bit distressed, or like I would want to have it, or whatever. As I'm,
with the calming hug or something, or you know,
I just want to lie in your lap, and you just like put your hand on me and just be calming, and just like
no,
just like,
you don't need it. That's it.
No, don't even say anything. Just you know, whatever. Yeah. And so she's like, is that it? I was like, yeah. Just could you do that? She's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, all right, I'll try that. So we just did that, and I stopped. Yeah. Because you know, like really, that's kind of it. But I mean, I also wished, obviously, like I wasn't fighting. I wasn't going, fucking, get off, I don't want to be on your lap, bitch.
You weren't like,
you know,
where's my heroin? I want it now.
I was like, oh, can I? So I need to just rest on your lap for a bit. You know, that's a way. You know, just like instead of like having a go at the person, just be kind to them.
Yeah, true.
You know, make it less anxious for them. Make it like so that they don't need to.
Yes, exactly.
Well, they're actually now stressing more about you. You know, like they're getting more depressed because they're now getting the external world is telling them that they're a piece of crap, just like they're telling themselves. And so now they've got doubling down. So then they're like, oh, better I smoke even more and do whatever more because I shouldn't even be here more. You know, like it's like so. There's a really interesting kind of way in which you can, and it's say like even for people with people who like say are destabilized on alcohol or something, that you can. There's a way around like ultimately like that goal to have a nice night out and things, and as opposed to that they're a bad person and whatever as well. Like moving away from the bad person to I think also like I think another thing I've noticed is the thing around depression recently, and
well, the increase of it because of
okay, but there's a language,
lack of communications.
Correct. There's an increase in it, but like people, and we've talked about this, but I don't know if we've done a cheap on it, but like that if you're not wanting to work, if you're like oh, I can't be fucking bothered,
apathetic,
like and that kind of thing, where you can't even be like basically, so you can't even provide, you don't have any interest even providing for yourself, or say that you're on a payment from the government, but then you don't even bother to cook food, you just waste it on takeout or something like that. These layers, like you can kind of use that to recognize that like, if a person doesn't want to like really do anything, that actually is that's a form of like depression. That's what it is. Like it's what it is, and
has to be recognized.
It has, and actually recognizing someone saying, oh, well, all you got to do, is just get some work. It's like, well, perhaps they just got to get over like the reason why they're depressed. So there's actually a reason to even give a fuck about going to get a job. Maybe because perhaps your jobbing's there's so many layers up that I give a fuck scale.
Yeah, I know.
Like seriously, like it is. Like
it's
people
hard,
think that
it's hard to
like baseline.
too,
People think that people actually put, isn't it interesting? Because what we do is in terms of like a Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you talk about like the social construct, the one that we actually live within and are expected to sort of, the baseline isn't food or water, it's job.
Yeah, pretty much these days.
Job comes before food or water or shelter, like in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like job's actually at the bottom. And if you don't have a job, you don't get any of those things. You don't get, and then the other ones like social or, none, forget it. Like it's all premised at the bottom of the hierarchy is job.
Yeah.
So in that kind of place where people go to now, it's like
it's become the necessity because that's where the God comes from, the money.
And then we got these people there who then have the job, but they actually don't have the ability to like feed themselves or have any kind of stability and accommodation. So they're required to have this thing.
They have no skill because they've gone through a procession of non-hand-me-downs, which a lot of our parents gave to us. Hand-me-downs. Some of our parents gave us hand-me-downs, but others they let the kids just do whatever they wanted.
That's a hand-me-down.
Yeah, true. We hand that down to your kids.
Yeah, that's all hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
That's not. Roses are red. I can't find my keys. My brain feels all foggy. I have sweaty knees. Menopause blows. We'll sort you out. Come.
Ninja strike.
Yeah. But it's a thing. If you think about what a job is, right? So to actually successfully maintain a job, you would need to have before a job
a skill set.
Well, no, food and water, so you're not starving to attend the job. A shelter that's safe, so you can be.
You can see why people don't leave home until they're 45 these days. Because
a job infers because now you're interacting with other people, social capacity and a bunch of other things, which Maslow's hierarchy. They actually live above shelter and stuff in in that kind of care hierarchy once you start getting into like higher needs of like emotional like fulfillment.
Yeah.
And so we place the thing that would actually, so a job requires like probably 5, I'd say like 4, at least 4, but maybe 5 levels of Maslow's hierarchy of needs before you could functionally have a job.
Yes, yeah.
Even consider it as a real thing. And yet it's the first one. That puts an incredible pressure on human beings. And if you don't have those other 5, you've just got to, it sucks to be you.
It does.
You're either just, you can become homeless or whatever. Like it's just like, you can't get food for yourself.
The choice is yours, but the only option is homelessness. You don't cooperate and participate and pay your fines.
Because if you're homeless, you can't get a job, right? Because the job
you don't have a permanent address. You can't receive benefits either because you don't have a permanent address.
That's correct. So
you need a permanent address to get benefits.
So the way that they then present their Maslow's hierarchy of requirements for you to access things is actually the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So you need to have like food, shelter, and accommodation sorted out first before you can come here.
You need to have a house and somewhere where you put your stuff and a place where you put your head down and have your moments of rest before you need to work again.
So primarily what we then do to ourselves is through the job system and make it so that job's actually the bottom of the hierarchy underneath even water and food and shelter. But we require you to have those things to have the job. So then people are actually for the first 3 or 4 to 5 levels of hierarchy of needs in a hyper stress situation in their lives, and at risk. So we're actually put into an anxiety inducing environment
those most anxious win.
I guess they fucking do, don't they? Hey, you got to scurry. You got to scurry, don't you?
You better know you better be streetwise, buddy. Okay.
Well,
else I'm going to sharpen up my 32 gig memory stick, and you're going to get a little bit of a memory upgrade, bud.
The shivving shall begin.
Yeah, tech shiv.
That's it. The feastings, the eating,
the upgrades begin.
The eating or the et.
Get it in you.
We're about to go to the cheek goes into the eatings quite frequently. Right. The primary function of like an organism is eating, basically. So it makes sense, I guess.
There's munching.
It's reasonable.
There will be munching. It'll be edited out in the final cut, so don't worry.
Sometimes, like it gets to a point where I just can't be bothered listening to it. To get cut out at all.
It's got to be natural.
It would do
the burgles.
I chop a lot of that out, if I can. Because I don't know. Oh well, it's actually disruptive to the conversation in a sense. Like when you're listening to it, and then it's surprising. I mean, it's also fine. Like I also don't even bother. Like I just leave it all in. But if I do, I'm trying to work out a method how. I mean, there are tools for it, but also just a natural method.
Natural. That's the way I think it.
If it makes it hard to hear,
we're having the chat. We're doing the cheaping.
If it makes it hard to hear, though, I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking over each other, which is then you're meant to be listening to us in stereo, so that you can hear both of us not talking over each other.
Full brutality.
Yes. Actually, no, I need to increase. I still haven't done that. Actually, I really should do that. Where maybe that's a goal for season 11 is where finally I put like a best with microphones. Best with microphones. Yes, best with microphones. You should be talking as well.
Always best with microphones.
Yeah, people should be chatting.
And use a good set. We're throwing another sponsor, Rode mics. There you go.
Well,
no money.
You know what's interesting about just when you said that, we were just talking about it. What's interesting with the Rode mic is that it's like the SM58 or the SM57, like the Shure mics, for like vocals and stuff on stage. But that you could say to someone else elsewhere in the world.
The way I look at it, it's almost almost pro. It sounds so good. It sounds pro.
Yeah.
And it's almost pro.
Well, right. You could ask them to, whoever they are, to go out and just get one of these, and then they would sound, they'd have a similar, they would have the same sound profile as you.
Yeah.
So they could sound like they were in the same level of environment as you were with the same equipment, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting, and it's small. Like, early in the Cheep, one of my original ideas was to have like a little kit that we would just mail to the next person, so they could, you know,
sound similar. That's it. The gift.
Well, you don't want to be trying to mix their mic.
Yeah, true.
Because they
levels. Don't get me fucking started on levels.
Well, that's one of the things in the Cheep, like, as we've sort of like, we got to this level is where, you know, we both had the monster headset. You had that headset, and so I went and bought exactly the same headset.
Still using the headphones because they're great isolation headphones.
Oh yeah, I haven't used them for a while.
They're banging. Just
I fall asleep.
The mic pass through is just it's okay for gaming because there's so much other noise. But when you're doing a podcast, it doesn't do true silence. It does like a hum. Yeah. It does hum silence.
Yes, that was annoying. That was because it's actually processing the audio and compressing it. And I remember when I realised that, and it was always doing this kind of continuous processing.
And like I said, designed for gamers, man. Yeah. You know, they get in there and they do their little, you know.
But also the heat of those headphones on my ears made me fall asleep.
Yeah, that's why I love the aircon going. And just, you know,
the warmth of my ears.
Stay chilly. Just keep walking backwards and forwards on the cold floor. It's beautiful, mate.
Wild.
With the pizza going for the laddies.
Nice. So we're on the road here. And this reminds me actually that story you were telling me earlier this week, which I know we haven't spoken about particularly.
My joy.
Yeah,
the joy
you,
of my
you had a very
lesson.
fine lesson, man.
I did. I got lessoned up.
You got lessoned.
Don't use your this is a general warning to the public of Australia. Don't use your phone while you're driving. It's a bad choice. You shouldn't do it.
Don't use it.
And I learned it well. Initially, the people I work for had a $6,200 fine for it. I will probably get a $1,200 fine or something like that. They're gracious, and I've been graciously, you know, under $1,000 would be nice. It won't hurt so much at Christmas, but yeah, probably about $1,200 or something. I don't know. And points, so sucks to be me.
Points?
Yeah. Don't do it. It is. I'm putting it out there as a general warning. One should not do that.
And you think about it when you're actually using a phone, it's fucking beyond distracted. It's not just like
absolutely. I agree. And now that I've had time to think about it, and the hurt on my wallet, it's really hurt me in the wallet. So I was going to hurt me in the wallet.
It's like going to uni or something. Basically, you've learned. You go to uni.
You've tempted the bully. The bully saw you doing the thing.
You did a module,
and now he's come over just to give you that, you know, good hard wallop right in the wallet. Yeah. Lessons learned, man. You know.
Yeah. I think that's a very interesting way of seeing it too. It's because it is. It's. I mean, it is actually that. It's like. Well, I'm curious to know. Like, what were you doing? Were you doing?
I was probably, you know, changing, pressing fucking yes to. Do you want to continue listening? You know what I mean? Like some sort of.
You don't really know. They didn't take a photo of you at that time.
I didn't have the other phone hooked up to the car. I had the work phone hooked up, so it was the primary. I had no.
So the work phone was mounted, and so this was.
So if anything, I need to mount it, so I can just press it. So I'm not touching it, and if I need to press, I just press. Boop, goodbye, go away. Don't
I see. You picked up your own phone, just like whatever, play the next song.
Negatory.
Or some shit.
Don't touch phones at all while you're driving. Really, I mean,
no.
If it's connected, I mean, even talking on the phone, in my opinion, now is distracting. Now that I've had a good think about it,
it actually is.
You know, it is extreme. Just talking to anyone on the phone while you're trying to operate a vehicle is a no-no.
Yeah,
you should be. If it's important, you find a place to pull up. Pull up, stop the car. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no,
call
I
the
tend to
person
agree.
back. What is it? Yeah, okay, sorry, I had to pull over. I was driving. Don't like fucking talking while I'm driving. It's very distracting.
Yeah, and it's interesting that there was a time where we weren't allowed.
The company in the car, but if you're by yourself and someone's ringing you, you need to be attentive of the road, not listening to what someone asking you. Well, how the hell do I do this? Or, you know, asking you something where you're trying to use your technical mind rather than just going.
I think you've just hit on a point there.
Can I let you into my? You know, can I go into the blah blah blah? Yes, you can. Shut up. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Not. I have this extremely technical question which will require to use a lot of your brain power instead of driving the vehicle.
Exactly. You're not going to be.
You know what I mean? Like there's a difference. Yeah. Hang on. Give me. I normally say as soon as they start asking super technical, I'll go no.
Yes.
Hang on. Give me a minute to find someone to pull over. Hang up. Pull over. Ring them back and go. All right. I'm pulled up. Ask me a technical question now.
Yeah. So one of the things that I actually like about my way of traveling, because I don't have a car and stuff, as you know, anymore, but and I'm in a city, so it's practicable, is that I can talk. Like I'm walking on public transport. I don't like you actually being able to count. Like I'm not very good at like I go too quiet and people can't hear me very well. But on trains I can talk. But on buses I think it's a bit too personal.
Different environment.
Yeah. But you know, traveling around, like being able to talk is good. Or even actually on a bus, it's easier to not have headphones, but to actually just use the phone, because then the art of that is to actually be able to hear your voice in relation to the environment and put the least strain on the microphone system, so that you're not having to be loud. Yeah. And so just as the art of that is to not use headphones and try and be all AirPoddy and shit, but just to pull your phone out and use it in a mode so you can talk. So
you can hear your own level. You're not getting your phone.
Yeah, because you get distraction from the hit.
As soon as you put earphones on, your voice goes up.
Yeah. Well, I think what happens for me is my voice goes down because I know.
No, well, people are trying to overcome the headphones.
I know, yeah. So
so they yell at each other.
I counter that, and I go to the opposite direction, and I say, because I know that I'm going to go loud, I go quiet, unless I'm just being a cunt or something. I'm just speaking.
What do I got here? A mime?
I don't know. Anyway, I do need to. Yeah, it's a thing. It's definitely that. So yeah, I was interested in what you were doing, but that's as simple as that, hey. And it really is like the distraction factor. And the car, I can tell you some horror stories. Like when Pokemon Go first came out, and I was in my Land Cruiser, and I was out in Alice Springs, I was driving around, and like I'm just like driving around, and you're like, and so you're just driving even slowly, but then you're looking at this thing, and you jump off the road, like you can fucking crash your vehicle, man. Like
why do you think they came out with the warning so quickly, Simon? Like they knew people would do things like that.
Was the dumb,
and if anything, it was designed. If you were playing it, it was for kids. The parents are in charge of the road, and the kids are the ones doing the spinning. You weren't supposed to be driving and spinning.
No,
okay?
well, but
and people were driving and spinning.
My kids were too young at the time. I was literally, I couldn't.
And that's when they put the kilometres an hour lock. So once it went past X amount of kilometres,
it doesn't work properly. It's pretty hard. Even on a train, even if you're on a train or whatever public transport, it's just like no. There's no like I'm not driving option. You can't say that. There's no option for it.
No.
It's quite the thing. But I mean, I've done that.
It's designed for walking and maybe treadling along on your bike and then pulling up. Yeah.
If I wanted to, I don't know.
Or your scooter or whatever you got.
Oh, I do have a tale about that this week. Actually, I should write that down.
I've seen some more mad stunts lately. You know, the kids on the electric bikes just pulling off the moves.
Like live? You mean live? Like
Well, I'll be cruising along. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. Okay, so I actually have I lime biked yesterday. This is my first ever.
You've done the electric experience.
I did. I have. Yeah. So what happened was in the morning, I went down and I was on time for the bus and to get to the gym, and then it didn't come. Like the bus route is just trashed at the moment. I don't know what they've done to it with this change of like
reorganised. That's it.
Here's what I don't understand.
Someone bought the bus system and
all they're
revamping.
Is the route has changed its timetable by like 5 minutes, and as a result, it's gone completely messed out. Like, and buses aren't showing up, and then there's 3 buses at once, and they won't even pick you up, and like it's just a disaster. Like, I'm not even joking. That was not an exaggeration. Okay, I'm not joking. So like you're waiting for a bus, it's 20 minutes late, 15 minutes late, and then 4 stops before you, it just disappears. It just doesn't decides not to even come anymore for some reason, and then it just like it turns into like it's picked up too many people because it's so late. Now there's too many people and it's full.
Yeah, too many people waiting previously, and cranky.
And so now like so it just
bus
flies
full of
past
angries.
you.
Yeah, bus full of hornets. That's it.
It's just for cheap.
It doesn't want to stop. People yelling. Fist fights already starting on the bus. Like he just wants to get them where they need to go.
That's just the context for the story. But, so I go, what the fuck am I going to do? And I look and I go, damn it. And then the bus down the bottom of the hill.
Left out in the cold.
Bus down the bottom of the hill. Like that's 5 minutes. Like I can run down there in 5 minutes, but I can't run down there for a bus that no. But I can't run down there and get a bus that's coming in 5 minutes. Like I could get down there in 5 minutes, but I'd need more like 7 minutes to really.
I need to get there in 2.
Yeah, I need to get there in 2. So I was looked around. I was like, fuck it, I didn't even take that line bike. So I opened up the Uber app marketing, and then I was like, oh, what? I'm going to guess 2-wheel. So scan the code, unlocked, great. So I flogged down this hill. I was doing, and it had a little speed meter on it. I was doing 35. I was doing 35. And then just applying a bit of brake. I know that road quite well. It's quite nice. I was checking, but like a first issue is they don't have
bit of a rear view.
If you're on the fucking road,
you should need a rear view mirror.
Mandatory.
Beside you on that.
How can you not have a fucking rear view on the road?
You need to see what's going up behind you.
You do. How can it's
changing lanes. It's like that's a guessing
helmet.
game.
Yeah, no shit. Because every time you change, you're going to get hit because you can't. You're looking behind you. You can't. Imagine if every time you were driving a car, you had to continue to look behind you to see if anyone was around. And you had no rear vision mirrors or side view.
What a pain.
How many accidents would there be?
Lots.
That's why they exist, I suspect. So if you put bikes and you say bikes must be on the road,
the insurance companies have they're the ones who are investing.
Yeah, well, on a scooter or a bike, you must, because if you don't, you're just you're a hazard to yourself. Anyway, moving on. So I cruised down the hill 2 minutes.
Yep.
But it cost me like also kind of like $2 something to get to do that.
Yeah.
It was quite expensive.
That allowed you to,
And I caught the bus.
Yeah.
So in the afternoon, once again, this is a bus related issue. So in the afternoon, I'm about to go down and catch a train. I want to go. I go away and have a rest on Friday evenings. So I went to. I looked up and was like, right, catch this bus, and then that'll get me to there. Then, and I'll have enough time to go to Coles, grab a few things, and then I'll catch the train. So I get down there and the bus doesn't show. This bus is already late anyway. Yeah. And there's like 10 people standing around.
Oh, angry's on its waiting. Already late.
And even though I can get down,
wife ringing, cheating.
I can get down to the bus on the other road. I can get down there in time. By the time it arrives, it'll be too late as well.
Yeah.
So I go, fuck it. So I grabbed this line bike. So I did a line bike twice in a day. I didn't just go in, like, it's quite normal for me if I do something, I just go in real hard, get your full experience.
Yeah, get into it, mate.
Take the whole whole way.
Pepsi challenge or nothing.
Yeah. So I get this line bike, and I'm going to ride it from where I live, like sort of up to Bondi Junction. So I'm going through all of and my view prior to yesterday was that riding a bike in the city was going to be a pretty hectic and dangerous experience.
You're welcome.
And
no, quite happy with the service
of the bike. Well, you've got it. They lie, like they think they have helmets, they don't. So you got to, you fucking. It's like you were saying. You know what? I thought about your experience for having a very fine lesson, and I went, I'm not riding to Bondi, like down the hill. I did because it was just down the hill.
A short ride, yeah.
Yep.
Helmet required though.
Well, it did require, and there wasn't one. So in the afternoon, I went and found another bike with a helmet. It had no energy, and you can check that, like how much energy it's the ones that they've got. So I went back to the one with 30 k's, but no helmet. The claim it had a helmet. But the helmet's crap. If you actually got into this, you'd need to have your own helmet, so you didn't use their helmet. Their helmets are just, they're just shit. They don't fit. Like if you think that's going to break your neck, that's actually what's going to happen. If you come off and you actually relied on the provided helmet.
You will be quadriplegic afterwards.
You'd be quadriplegic, yeah. That would be the result of the Uber helmet provided on a line bike. I don't even jest. And they should sort that shit out.
Special present.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they will when someone sues the buck out of them.
Yeah, well, I don't wish to be that person. But anyway, I live on top of a hill, and I've got to go down off the range, like off the hill line, and I go into a valley, and that valley is basically Bondi, the back of Bondi Beach, Bondi, sort of where Bondi and the
lush part of town. That's right.
No, I don't know, it's oldish, and then go up through Bondi, and then go right up the top of the hill to Bondi Junction. So I got to go down a hill and up a hill, basically. Yeah, a fairly big hill.
A bit of a ride.
Yeah, 5k up and down a hill, 2.5 k's down a hill, 2.5 k's up a hill. I guess is pretty much what it is. I had to think
down's not going to be a problem, but how to go up?
Well, down was interesting. Yeah, I was curious about. Well, down was a little bit more challenging than up because I went down this particular hill, which is fairly steep. If you're in the area.
Ridiculous steepness, yeah.
Yeah, it's got. Well, I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing it. I've got my helmet on, so it's legal. You know what I mean?
Felt powerful. Yeah, that's it.
Back brake and it did actually struggle at that, and it locked up at one point. The back tire couldn't handle going any more
pressure on it.
But I was able to manage that experience.
Physical parameters.
Yeah, it failed physical parameters. So I then pulled it back into check. I tested it to failure. I did test it to failure,
but not to crash.
No, I don't need to test it to crash. I know what crashing is.
And done that many times.
Yeah.
No need to relive the experience.
Look, one of the advantages I had is that I know the road quite well. Like I knew actually the route I took. Also, one of the things I think about driving, using them in the city is if you have walked the route and then you're
already prepared, sort of.
Yeah, because the route, if I put my phone up and followed, I'm on a bike and it showed me the route, I would have been on the main road the whole time, just in chaos and armed. You know what I mean? Possibly. There is like bike paths, but they're on the main road and they put you onto things.
There's been breakfast to the city roads. Yeah, Sydney city roads would have had you for breakfast.
Yeah, fuck no. So I went through the other way, the middle, the sort of non-main road, and look, down the hill was okay, but I behaved. So it was an interesting experience. So what I did was I behaved like a car. I've driven cars enough now that I behaved like a car, except where I wanted to behave like a pedestrian or a bike. And then what I did was I stopped, like not in the middle of the road, but I pulled over and let cars do their thing, and then I changed modes and then did my thing, and then switched back into being a car. And I felt that was fair because instead of trying to make them behave,
and there should be lanes there for that anyway. With bike lanes,
there are not on every road, man. Yeah, but not everywhere. So, and it just was more polite. Like basically, instead of expecting cars to
give way to you, you gave way
to behave like a bike.
Well, it's bigger. In my rules, it's bigger. It gives way. You give way to it.
Yeah, but what if I'm in front of it? What if you're behind me? So it's not about me giving way.
Pull off to the side and let it do its little round.
Yeah, so if I'm changing modes, if I'm staying as a car, that's fine. But if you're that's sort of what I knew, I was going to turn right.
But to be car mode, you need to be car speed.
Oh yeah, but around here, like unless you think you're being a bit of a hero and you're needing to drive real fast, well,
no,
you're not going. So I got to the bottom. I did that. So I got there in 16 minutes.
Nice.
And that was with waiting at the set of lights, like at the top.
What would the bus journey have been?
Oh, over 20. It's about 22. A car's 20. I got there faster than a car. Yes.
Well, because you can dip around.
Oh, totally. And your acceleration actually within those environments with the electric was actually like so fast that you just and so then I got to the bottom of the hill. I navigated through like little back streets, careful ways. But as I say, and then I had to do like a thing where you crossing over to turn right, say at a T, but you've got to go to the middle of the road where there's islands, and you've got to hang there and then proceed forward.
And then wait for the brake.
Yeah. So I did that on the bike. You know what I mean? Like I behaved all like a car, where it was in in that way, and no indicators. So you have to put your hand out, which is fine. Like I know how to put my hand out, but it's also a loss of control. Like in a car, if I was driving a car and I understand like road rules, the goal is for me to have both my hands on the steering wheel at all times. Yeah. Unless I was changing gears or doing something else like function.
You shouldn't really be taking it.
So that frequently within an urban environment that's hectic, you have to indicate by taking your hands off. I think should be banned. Push bikes need to be. They need lights. They need lights. They need fucking rear view mirrors, and if they're not, they shouldn't be allowed on the road. Straight up, it's not just wearing a helmet. It's like you actually need the other equipment to function like a car. Yeah, because if you can't function like a sort of an automotive, like a motorbike even, they've got freaking mirrors.
Yeah, and they've got indication.
Yeah, haven't they? They're a bike. They've got two wheels. If they're on the road, they need those things, and so we've made it sort of a requirement that push bikes are now on the road, but we haven't made the other things requirements. So even in like if you're going to purchase those things or use those things, that would be the minimum requirement, is that you would apply your own intelligence to the safety standard and ensure that your device has those things, or if it doesn't, it is unsafe. Just because there's no law doesn't just because you're allowed to, don't listen to the government. If you can't work
Stop
out,
getting us to put fucking safety stickers on everything.
well, if you
right?
can't, well, no, but I mean, but if you don't, in the same way, like if you need the law to tell you not to hurt, that you can't punch a person, you're not doing it right. You need to be able to work it out for yourself. And in the same way,
The same
you need to be
principle
able
if
to
you're
work
making
out
these
for
things, you
yourself
should have those little...
that obviously, you know.
You have to have a little indicator on it so that people know what
so
the
make sure it has
intention
it.
of the
If you're going to
user
be using
is
those devices,
doing, you know.
use your own
Put on
brain.
the
Don't be
brake,
like,
the
oh,
little
they're
red
not allowed to
light
do
comes
whatever I
on,
want
or they
because
pull the
fucking
brake, the little
fuck
red
the law.
light comes on.
Do the good thing. Be yourself. Be safer. So up the hill was great. Up the hill was great.
Just spanking it.
Well, yeah, and it's just a little bit of
Straight
energy.
up. Oh, yeah.
Just pedal up. So you did actually expend energy, but not unreasonable. And I went up like a steep bit and things. Like not like for a long. I didn't go back up that steep hill, but I wanted to experience the full steep that I went down. I will go up that. I'll practice that. So anyway, I got there, and then you know how like you see them like laying around everywhere and like in a big mess and shit.
You know what? So if they're electric, you'd think that they would have the light system on it, because even the Temu stuff, man, those little electric motorbikes,
Wouldn't you think they'd have a
and stuff,
Bluetooth
they've got
camera?
lights on them like a normal bike or a normal motorcycle.
Wouldn't you also, for example, like say with the rear view, which could be snapped off or whatever, you could just see people snapping off mirrors.
Yeah,
right?
spare cars. Yeah.
So maybe they come out of the side when you click the button, and they somehow they pop out like a little thing.
Yeah, accessory thing, but it's more
But also
like
maybe there's a Bluetooth one built into it. And then when you click your phone, like the app that
click
you're
your phone
in,
and you get the what's behind you.
yeah, as soon as you put your app on, it registers with the and it tags. Up comes the rear view
Gives you the camera.
on your phone.
Yeah.
Chink, you know, and it's just built in as soon as you turn the bike
mate.
on. Right?
Look, you just saved him a fortune.
Bluetooth,
All you need is
done.
the indicators and then the little rear camera.
Yeah.
Bam. No extra modification. No one's got to snap nothing off. No. Yeah. If you're lucky, you might be able to perv up someone's muffler.
I think that was simple. And so yeah, I got there in 17 minutes. I think I could have easily done it in 15. I think also like if you're near your destination, but not at your destination, and you are now stuck at lights, waiting to cross lights for a minute, just put the bike and just walk the rest of the way. Because the way that they're charged, like you pay $1 unlock, and then you're paying a per minute fee. Yeah. So it's basically, well, not quite, but it's like
The
50
longer you
cents.
pause, the more you pay.
Yeah, it's a waste of money, man. If you're standing at lights for 2 minutes waiting for lights to like give you a walk across, like a big intersection, you just wasted $1. Just stop the thing and walk. You're nearly there.
Find another one. Resume.
Potentially that. Yeah, exactly. Which is what I did. Like, which is I figured that out. But also, you know, when you see them lying around and stuff. I was wondering how that works, right? So when I got to my destination, what I chose, basically what happened was I got to the next set of lights and I knew I was going to be paused at those, so I didn't waste the money. Then I'd learned the lesson the first time. I didn't need to do it multiple times. So I then just parked the bike. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll walk now. And but then you know what I did? I just got off and just walked it up the footpath like 10 meters. I saw another one neatly parked near a tree. I just went next to it. They've got a little thing. You just put it down and it was up. Like, I didn't have to like leave it in the middle of anywhere being a cunt. It just turned out that it was people being a cunt. It's not the bike's fault.
Yeah. Easy just to park and
it's not a feature of the
readily
service.
available for someone else to be able to use rather than
like when I had before using them, I'd sort of looked around and sort of saw that the bike is the problem. But now I've realised the bike's not the problem.
No,
the bike's actually very easy to park.
Cigarette
politely.
butts.
Yeah, it's very easy to park lightly.
It's not the thing's fault. It's the person doing it.
Yeah. So I think my ire, when I have that experience in the future, will be redirected
At those throwing on the ground.
Yeah, you know, like maybe
just asking them whether they enjoyed the service. Well, you know, I don't go to a restaurant and then turn the tables over when I'm finished eating.
Yeah, but here's another thing too.
You know what I mean?
When
I finish my meal, I don't just suddenly throw the furniture around and go, "That was the best meal I've ever had," and then leave people crying and
here's another thing. As a person, if you see those experiences, people leave them in bad places, right? But you have to take a photo of it. So unless you're just literally taking a photo of it lying down in the middle of a path, like and submitting that to Uber, then
maybe they're doing it themselves to try and get a refund. Or say, I had an accident and here's a bike just lying on the ground.
I don't know.
Send a picture of some injury.
There wasn't
there
any way to
a few months
complain
ago.
about the device. Like I tried to note that there was no helmet. I wanted to indicate that it was wrong, that there was a problem.
Insufficient data.
Insufficient buttons.
Yes.
I could not indicate a fault with the prospective ride.
Oh, you probably have to call a number. It's one of those deals, bro.
Uber's classic for this shit, mate.
Yeah, you got to call a number. And then the guys, you ring this Malaysian company, this guy spends about half an hour trying to land English off you. And then you finally realise he's not even the right department, and then you ring back.
They don't care, mate. They do not even. They don't care. Anyway, so the trip to Bondi Junction cost me $10.
Yeah.
So on a bus, maybe that's $3.40 or something. So it's way more expensive. But a cab.
Well, it's like Uber, but not the.
Well, no,
Uber with fresh air. Uber with fresh air and pollution. An
Uber would be $25.
Yeah,
and if it might not have gone the way I went, and it would have been stuck in traffic in a few places.
Yeah,
but definitely would have been 25, maybe a little more. Well, they're fixed price.
Closer to $30.
It could cost up. Yeah, Uber could cost up to $30 in a taxi. So 20. Okay, at night, if I come home from the Bondi Junction to my place at night, where there's no traffic, like at 9 o'clock, once or twice for a half hour cab, that's about $22.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah. So in the middle of the day, it's going to be at least 25, right?
Yeah.
And that would be $25 $25 to get me there in 20 minutes, and this was $10 to get me there in 17 minutes, completely.
Nice.
So it's actually, it's very efficient. And the device could have gone 32 Ks.
And they're the limes, aren't they?
Yeah, I could have in theory, I could have ridden all the way to the city.
So I've seen them around, plus the scooters here in Brisbane, Vegas.
Yeah, it gave me pause to think about my feelings around scooters, because I've wanted a scooter for portability reasons, and I still do. Like, I want to be able to strap it on like it's a guitar case.
But you want to test it out as well.
Yeah, I was actually very enthused by the experience, and not just from the Lime bike experience. That was so frictionless. It was crazy. You go into the app, you press 2 wheel, it goes scan the code, you scan the code, it's unlocked, you're on the bike, you're riding. The end.
Yeah.
Like, it's great. Like, it's very instantaneous. And you can use it to generate energy for exercise for yourself. Like, you can use it. Oh, and they cap out, like, the motor works, but it's an assist. And so if you are pedaling faster than it would assist, then it does not assist. Or, nothing's happening.
So it basically wants you to have the gentle pedal with assistance.
And upper hill, it really works. But if you're like flogging along on a flat, then that's on you.
It just goes back to idle. Probably does a bit of generation.
Yeah, maybe does. I think I
does
would.
a bit of cyclic battery recharge.
If I was the bike, that's how I'd do it.
I'd be doing it. That's great.
Like humans doing a thing. Harvest time. It's fantastic. So yeah, look, 100%. I gave the Lime bike. No, look, I would give it 100% if
it had a feedback mechanism.
I would give it 100%. Well, that's like Uber overall.
Things missing on this. They should have like, is everything intact?
If it had,
and you go, if it's got a helmet and whatever, you can just go yes. And if it goes, hey, look, is everything intact? No. What is missing?
You need helmets that won't kill people.
Helmet.
You need helmets that won't.
It instantly tags the bike as missing the helmet.
Yeah, it needs to use it. They needs to know.
Yeah.
Like, why would you? I'd actually have it so that the helmet, what it does, and the helmet's actually got a cam. That's where the cam is. You know what I mean? Even perhaps
the back of the helmet. It's part of
I'm making shit up if that's even required.
Well, no, Bluetooth, so that if the helmet's gone missing from
the
thing,
bike, actually.
Yeah.
So it's connected to
be
that.
more secured.
But I think the main was I was trying to put power to the helmet, because I think what you want to do is have it so that the end point is that the helmet is not required to be left with the bike. It needs to be connected to it in some fashion. And it knows if it is, and it registers itself.
We should have to lock the helmet back into the bike.
Yeah,
there's a trigger anyway,
and it clicks in.
Yeah, as long as the clip is clipped into it, and it recognises that the clip's present.
What if it acted like what if the helmet actually acted like a bit of like a face hugger, and you at the end of it, what you meant to do is you put the helmet on the seat, and then under the seat it clicks in, and then it, so you can't even like sit on the seat properly. It's awkward because there's a helmet on it.
Yeah, until you activate the bike.
Yeah, and then it unlocks the helmet, and then you can take that off the seat. There you go. Yeah.
And it keeps charging until you lock the helmet back in.
That's right. Yeah. That's the thing. The helmet. Yeah. So you keep charging until the helmet locks back in.
Yeah, that's right.
And you can't actually do it in the app. You can't do it in the app.
It can't be re-hired because it's still being eyed by you until you put the helmet
turn it
back
off in the app. You can't end ride in the app. You have to put the helmet on. Yeah, that's it. Click.
No, the end ride button only comes up when the helmet clicks in.
There we go. The end ride button only when the helmet clicks. Yeah.
I mean, end ride.
I would just have it automatically end ride when the helmet did it. I'd just bypass this step. People might feel that was weird.
It doesn't. You don't have to press it. As soon as you click it in, it knows it's finished.
There's actually an auto button, so people can have that as the experience if they wish, and then there's an auto button that just makes it go straight away. So they need the helmet sorted, which we just did, right? They need the lights and the camera sorted, which we just the rear view, which we've just sorted, like the Bluetooth and things. So that's those three things sorted, and then customer service.
Gotten past. Yeah.
So it actually gets a 6 out of 10 because each one of those is 10%. They're big shit. They're like major safety. One is the helmet kills people. Two is like they're both the two required safety features on a bike on a road and are missing. Right? So that's got to be 10% each.
Especially a powered thing. Sure. I think we've got to get past this motorised and go to powered and assisted powered.
Well, also just on road.
Yeah, on road. Yeah.
Not even just on road. Yeah. Like in fact, if I was on a push bike, here's what I wanted to say. Now that you mentioned, I did think this as I was going up Glen Air, which is like really busy, but it has like, and so it's a bike, or there's a bike lane, or the whole thing is a bike lane.
Yeah.
So I was cool, and I was going up there, and then as I was going up the side of the vehicles in the bike lane, so I was going up the side, but in the way that was legal, I realized that my ability to put my hand out to indicate was improved because I was using less pedal. Yeah. Like if I was on a non-powered bike, I would even be more unstable. In fact, if you're in traffic on an unpowered bike, you have more reason to need indicators and things because actually you are more unstable as you're applying pressure to keep up. Like so you need to have you need the safety equipment even more. So your powered bike, it doesn't even matter. If you're on the road, you
any road user, any road user indications,
and observations and indications. And otherwise, it's a 10 out of 10 service. Like it was fucking great.
Yeah. Yep. Everything else smooth, efficient, quick. Bam. One place.
I think it's a quick thing. Like where I like coming home. Like seriously, I could have done it today. I didn't actually feel like spending the money, and I was good. I got to nap, so I just napped all instead of rushing home, and I got to sleep this afternoon a bit, so I'm awake.
Helping.
But otherwise I would have ridden home. But sometimes like if I get home, if I'm at the bus stop, it's at 9 o'clock at night, and they're like fucking no bus, and the bus doesn't come or some stupid thing. Then you can just grab that thing. I'd be home for $10. That's fantastic.
Bam.
And at night, I just flog something. Like it would be like I just fly through that. Try and get
speed, jet speed if I can.
Try and do it in 10. Get it down from 17 to 10.
Getting that gravity well going.
Man. Because some of those times there at night, like you can actually go down some of the main roads and then just be in the full car ones where you can just go because it's a hill. Like so on a bike you can be doing 40. Like in a road which is meant to be 40. Like it's just when it comes to trying to do 60 in the 40 zone. And they're getting angry because they're trying to break the law and you're not really letting them do that successfully. That was my Lime bike experience. I was in tattoos. I was actually just so like about owning one, like in general. But I think like the issue is, and so here it is. Here's the conundrum.
It's pitched it well, has it?
It has, but here's the conundrum: is that so if you owned a bike, if I owned one, I could do that right now any day, and I would use it a lot. I would bike everywhere, and use that kind of fitness.
Just having a good backpack, you know.
I do, it's fine. But well, not if I had an impact. I don't have an impact resistant backpack. So if I had my laptop in there, it would be harmed greatly in the incident. But I think my insurance would cover that actually on the laptop. But which is just Apple's insurance.
Taking care.
Yeah, look, but
helping you help us.
The problem is that if you then needed to catch public transport, you can't.
I know,
because you've got this big bike.
You got the lugger. Yeah.
So you can't catch a bus or something like that. You know, you're quite limited in what you can carry, what you can do. So you do want something that kind of is compactifiable.
Yeah, like a fold down electric scootery thing.
Yeah, but I think the thing with the electric scooter is there's no fitness in it. I mean, there's a fitness in balance and like, you know, being a fucking ninja. You know, but there's no
Scooter boy,
which is a form of strength. I'm not denying. Like I surf on the bus, man. I know what that's all about. Like if you'd like to just really get into it, you could really get into it on a scooter. But it's a kind of a different kind of strength exercise. It's more like doing Pilates than you know, pumping your legs up and down and getting fit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, I like the idea of the assisted, and you can get those electric wheels for normal bikes too. Si.
Well, they're banned.
Are they? You can't do that.
It's been
now.
interesting. So this is very interesting.
I wanted to build my own little cart, like my own little scooter, four-wheel drive scooter.
Well, you
cart.
can have them. So New South Wales Transport's now banned modified bikes. So like if you've made modifications or if you've got a bike and you get
the
like
cert, you got to go into the cert. I mean,
you've got to have it's got to be a certified bike.
Oh,
certified
mate, yeah, beautiful.
Just catches fire otherwise potentially. No.
Yeah, no.
They can't blame enough people. They can't blame properly if you've done the mod because you mightn't be insured. You know what I mean?
That's it. I got it on Temu, mate. It was beautiful. Battery pack and everything.
Yeah. So
the batteries did look a little bit swelly, but I thought, you know, there just must have been powerlifting or something.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I just grabbed some batteries from down the shop. I thought I'd put them in there. Yeah. Make it go. Yeah. So that, I mean, I've had
it on the charger all night. It's getting a bit blue in that room. Like the blue smoke's building up. I'm getting a bit choky in there. So.
Yeah, I agree with it.
I had to air it. Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe there's a system like with maybe like there's a kind of a bike. I remember them. Like they're like city bikes, but I mean they want to be really strong. It's something that's even like a scale down from like these new like Lime bikes have gone into this new mode, which is a much smaller frame. It's very like minimizing. But there's another level down, like where you can go even thinner than that, which is then where you have a foldable bike that could handle being flogged at 35 kilometers an hour down off a road. You know what I mean? Like is it designed for that? Like you know, like I don't know, 40 k's down a hill, applying brakes. You'd want to make sure that the bike could do certain things, but to be then foldable over the backpack.
Yeah, carryable to other transport. Yeah, or you know, at least be able to put into a boot if you're using an Uber or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Either way, scooters then can do that sort of shit nicely. You know, they really do.
Topics. We're what, hour and a half in? Well,
hour 15.
Hour 15. Yeah.
Finally, I think interesting one. We have had some topics. Being too strong for your own good. We could stay on the topic of police and sort of things.
Beatings. Is it important?
Well, it's interesting.
Asserting your authority.
Yeah. Citizens' authority. And so
everyone's a potential criminal. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, they are. Like, just because you have studied law doesn't make you not a criminal.
In fact, that makes you a better criminal because you know what your rights are.
That's right.
You know
You're more
what your
likely
rights are, mate. Yeah.
to successfully be a criminal. Yeah, that's right. So
good lawyers can tell you that. Yeah.
And you know, and especially if you're like, you know, like all the things. Like if you're hanging out with all the stuff, you're carrying drugs around all the time. You know, things start to happen to your brain. You know, we've talked about it extensively. The little arousals start to kick in. You know, you get like witnessing one semi-plainclothes, like lightly clothed officer who was hassling up these three, you know, whatever age girls. You know, we'll just say 17. I'll just put them there. I don't know either way. I was not that close or interested, but they. You know, like you keep hassling up a bunch of young girls and kind of being able to bully them around all the time. What that starts to do, that's, you know, it's not cool.
Well,
so,
you're carrying your dick on your side. You know, you got to show people how big.
So in this context, watching this other guy do these three girls, basically, you know, get his like little power play, you know, on them. And I thought about it interesting. It's sort of like, you know, you look at that and they're so maybe they're like just checking if they're like doing the little drug gang or something like that. You know,
could be. You know, hey, never trust those Girl Scouts, bro.
Well, because what that does is it's not that it stops drug dealing in the area. What it does is it stops down the drug dealers that don't pay the police.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the drug dealers on that side of the law. Because the drug dealers on the police side of the law, they get to continue.
Of course.
You know, protected by the police.
Well, it's business as usual, mate.
Business as usual, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And in fact, though, and if you are a person who is like actually the purveyor of drugs on the other side of the law, well, you live in areas and you hang out and you do things in areas where the police wouldn't bother you. Yeah. Because good people live in those places.
Probably known because of the company that, you know, surrounds.
Yeah, people know not to go to your place and things like that, you know what I mean? It's just how it is, you know. And you live in a place where it's not your area of the woods. It's where the nice people live, the good people
That's right.
go to church.
Don't go in there. You're probably going to get 32 gig inserted. That's right.
So anyway, I'm at a venue, pub, just down the street with some friends and things like that. I'm just having a few FC Maxes, not drinking. So I'm sober essentially. You know.
Up to the challenge.
Up to the challenge, and there's a construction site across the way, and they've taken down like a big fence. It's just now just sort of the temporary fencing. But it's not safe in there. Like it's totally not safe. It's like big holes. They're doing massive work.
Shit hanging everywhere. Yeah.
And so this person walks down the side, and they're walking with purpose. Anyway, they're semi-plain, so they're lightly clothed. You can tell they're a police officer basically because they do have a gun on their side and a little thing.
They're presenting.
But they're not fully clothed, you know. But they are presenting. You know. So anyway, he starts to like open up the site, and I'm thinking about watching what he's doing. He's like he opens up the temporary fencing, or like just goes and just gets into it, and then walks into the site.
Oh, is he security?
He's a police officer. I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, does he have a white card?
Maybe he's checking. He might be looking for foreign immigrants.
There's a shovel like leaning there, like next to the site office as you might leave. He goes and picks up the shovel.
Oh, okay. He's got
just makes off with it.
He's off duty and he's picking up a bit of overtime, mate.
On duty.
Construction worker.
He takes, but he's a construction worker. But then he
Did
takes.
He put his helmet on? Did he take his hat off and put his helmet on?
No.
Oh, look, that's a construction violation straight away.
He didn't have a helmet. He didn't have like high vis. Right. He didn't check it at the site office. He didn't sign out the equipment. He fucking didn't. He certainly didn't tell anyone he was taking it off site.
Oh, okay. Relocation.
He took the thing.
He was doing his own relocation.
Yeah, he just took it and then closes the place up and starts brazenly walking back down the street. So as he's closing up the gate,
maybe he needed it. He might have had something to dispose of, mate.
He did.
He might have had something to dispose of.
Oh, I thought about it. I thought, mate, he's requisitioning
that little piece of equipment to do it.
He's requisitioning, right? Public property, private property. He's requisitioning private property because he's the police and he can just fucking do whatever he wants, right?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Law unto.
I guess.
Law unto thyself.
I think to myself, I think all the things I go, okay, I get that the dude probably has a task. He's probably obviously picking something up. He needs it, right?
Yeah.
However,
he's got a certain role in the community, which
he's now perceiving himself
a level of,
Like, can he just walk into the pub and without asking anyone, like there's people there, but without asking anyone, just go behind the bar and just like grab some stuff and just walk straight back out and not tell anyone, ask anyone? Can he just walk into it?
Highly doubtful.
If your car's there, like, and you're there, can he just grab you, pull you out of the car without talking to you? And
well,
just
we're not playing GTA, mate.
He was playing GTA, mate.
He was doing GTA, was he?
So
he was like, hey, look,
so
I'm in this uniform, but I'm only pretending to be.
Well, that's what I say. He was in a green shirt and stuff. He wasn't actually uniform. He was.
There's laws against impersonating an officer.
I know. So I
throw the fuck
if we're playing GTA, let's play. Yeah. So I just like say to the guy. So as he's closing back up after he's stolen, so he's entered. He didn't break, but he entered and stole. And he
came into possession of someone else's property.
I say, hey mate, that's private property. Mate. That's actually a construction site. That's not your property. But in your hand. He's like, and he goes, oh, I know it's private property. And I'm like, yeah, and you've just trespassed on private property, mate. Like, what's going on? And put that back.
Citizen intervention.
Yeah, put that back. That's not your property.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Right? And he says, I'm a police officer. And I said, I don't care what you are, mate. He said, I'm a police officer. And I said, I don't care what you are, mate.
I'm having some real trust issues here. You're going to have to start flashing some
you can't go robbing people, robbing things just because
you're
a police officer, mate.
Don't go claiming you're something unless you're flashing a badge. Come on.
No, he's carrying a badge.
Oh, he was pulling it out.
No, so what they've got is like, so he's got a gun on his right side.
They got the Lanyard with a identification plaque or whatever. Yeah, oh, is it?
Yeah.
It hangs on their belt near their penis.
Yes, it's a codpiece. Codpiece? I don't know.
A dick star.
Yes,
it's a dick star. Come on. It's a fancy cap that goes on the knob of your penis. That's right. But you're hanging it proudly without having to expose yourself, and you got your little knob cover.
It's like sort of like the simp cover, like where the penis lock, right? But it's the outer picture. So you've got like a little, so the penis is hidden, and you've just got the police.
Why don't they have? I don't understand why they don't have a combo thing where they've got like
with the electrocution
pouch, right? Where the gun can go in the front and have this little star on the front of the gun pouch. So they're doing the whole. Look at the size of it. It's big in it.
And when they get a semi, does that
it makes a lot of holes? This big dick I've got hanging around my belt.
By getting a semi, is that then activate the
gets them
gun? That allow them have to actually be aroused to harm other people
all the way up to the trigger switch. That's it. Bam.
Right. So anyway,
go.
He says, I'm a police officer when things related to things. I said, well, police officers steal things, mate.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh no, they don't. And I said, yes, they fucking do.
Did you drop the old taxation's theft? You would have looked at you. Oh, you're one of them.
No. Like they actually steal. Like, I personally have been robbed by a police officer. I'm not even like,
hey, you don't have to tell me, bro. I've had my experiences too.
As a 12-year-old, it was the first time I was robbed by a police officer.
They've stolen my shoes off me and dropped me in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like your little arsehole.
Yeah. And as an adult, like I've known them to steal people's push bikes, steal drugs. They fucking steal anything, mate. It's get over it. Don't come at me, cops, like, I'm a cop. Don't steal. Police don't steal. It's like, I'm a priest. I don't rape children. Yes, the police. Yes, you're a cop. Yes, of course
we're above that.
No, you're not above it. The correct response for him was to actually stop for a moment, a fucking brief moment.
Have a human moment.
And actually have spoken to me and said, hey, good call. Just let you know, I'm a local cop around here. I do speak to these guys. I know Rob there, because he should know what the names if he's talked to them plenty of times. Issue a name, for example.
Borrowing their equipment.
We're just having a situation over here, right, where there's like some things have been dropped and I need to pick them up, and I'm so grateful that I could even come and get this. So thanks for doing that, but I do need to get on with my job.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I would have been, no worries, thanks for telling me.
It would have been over.
Yeah, it's all good. But no, he had to try and invoke, he tried to be big.
I am the law. I am the law. That's right, he gave you the I am law. Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, no, Russ. So I think about this for a moment. I'm like, you know what, I reckon this isn't over. So anyway, but because I did not back down. I didn't keep. I think I yelled after him once more. I'm like, I fucking don't bullshit, mate. Like, but I didn't like go after him or continue to harass or
That's it. Following down the street,
it was challenge response.
Death by cop.
Yeah, no. It was challenge response. Like, and once I'd gone, no fucking bullshit. At the point where I've said no, police do steal. There's not much more to say. I can only just repeat myself.
If a politician, a king can steal, everyone steals. All right. Okay, it's a living thing.
It is. It's a condition. So anyway, so some little bit of time passes, right? And then the person I'm with is like, and I'm thinking about going myself. So the person I'm with, they think they're going. I'm like, oh, I'll go with you. So we're walking down from where we are. We're in like Redferny kind of Surrey Hills. We're in Rudd, city centre. And then so we cruising down Central. And so we're cruising, and as we're cruising, I see old mate out the corner of my eye. Like comes up with, he's got like a big burly, a big fucking bully behind him, like the big in the blue proper actual police outfit with all the weapons. He picked up a posse.
He picked up a pussy posse.
3.
Because he couldn't deal with you.
One on one. He needed 3 more.
Oh, the full pussy posse.
Yeah, he was such a pussy. He needed 3 other fucking people.
Well, that made it. What was the number? 40 against one side.
40 against one.
Yeah, they thought 40 was required
to deal with me.
40 are going to beat one. Yeah,
so
maybe
that's interesting
because the big fellow looked like 2 people in one, so he's probably
20. 2 people.
He was a 20. He was just a 20 on his own.
You know those games where you've got the character like that, the barbarian,
and they can just use their fist above their head, and you just wonder whether
something with their fist
the next couple of swings of your sword's going to decapitate him or not.
He was just hitting you with like the end
like
of
a
his mallet.
disgruntled OnlyFans living in South Australia, taking a husband's head off.
Yeah, he would just be able to use like a whack-a-mole on me, because that was a big chunky in it. So
full sides.
So maybe
both sides of the
I don't know.
Like,
it depends how you want to see it. Like, maybe 5 to 1. I was like, that's how dangerous I am. They only 5 cops.
Yeah, when they're big like that, man, you got to count them as 2. Yeah. And you hit them like they're 20. You don't hit them like they're 10. You hit them like they're a 20. You got to start throwing it down. You make sure you hit them right in the nuts.
No, you make sure you're in control of the situation.
You hit them
at
20 right in the fucking gonads.
So I just walk down the hill. I'm just walking down the hill. Now I know that they're following us. I do not look back.
You've got new friends.
Yeah, I got new friends. I got a posse. I got 5 people following. With my mate. It's my mate. So we're walking down the hill. So I suggest a few things. Like I was like, oh, do you want to like that? No. So we're just acting completely normal.
We're doing dancing lessons, are we?
We're about to do dancing lessons. We're doing some dancing lessons.
This is having a very familiar feel to the whole, your experience with the electoral dance.
These cops. I'm seasoned. Like, they think they're hunting me. Like they have no idea. Right? So yeah,
you're acting like the prey with the broken leg, going.
That's right.
Hobbling along, hobbling. Look at me. I'm almost dead.
It looks like I'm running away.
I'm feeling weakened by your pussy posse.
So we get up to a major intersection, right? And I'm like, no, here we go. Like I just think to myself, here we go, right? And so we get up to there, and like because that makes us stop, we have to wait at the lights, right?
Yeah.
And so then he comes up, and then you know what he does? He comes up, and like there's no need to because we're waiting, or everyone's already waiting. But he like really notably presses the walk button.
Oh, he's helping.
Well, no, to make himself be forced into my vision, but for a reason.
Remember me.
Yeah, remember me. Like I'm now here, right next to you.
You should have looked at him like, who are you?
Well,
and like pretended like you didn't even know him. Like just go, sorry, do I know you? Like even drop that. Like that would have been even better because he identified.
I actually missed
and then going, oh look, do I know you? Look,
I did miss one point, but he did. Prior to this, he did return the shovel, and when he did, I didn't make a scene, but I just was put my thumbs up. And I was like, good on you, mate. Good to see you putting it back. You know what I mean? And just left it at that.
Doing the right thing.
Right? So I just like gave him a compliment and so forth. Right. So I forgot about that. But anyway, so we're down there. So he goes to do this thing, which of course what he's trying to do is like surprise me because he's like suddenly in my field of view, and he was the cop from before.
You know what I mean? From before.
Yeah. Like this is his angle. And now we're all at the lights, and he's got 4 cops with him. One of the big pussy posse's ready to bounce, right? So I just fucking smack straight into him, mate. Like I just engaged with words, of course, not with fists. So I just engaged him straight up. And I'm like, oh, hey, good to see you, mate. It's good to, like, I'm like, I noticed you put that thing back there, So I was impressed with that. But I said,
you returned it.
I said, actually, but still, that is my problem, mate. And just, it's okay for me to check on you. And so I just immediately start engaging him. And then we're crossing the road. I'm just fucking just on him, like straight on. And he's like, oh, and he tries to do things like, oh, I studied law. And he goes, oh, and he says to me, I fucking studied law. I was like, shut up.
No.
law. I'm saying, oh, that's so good. I'm glad you've studied law. And I'm like, yeah, so you know.
Then you should know what a crime is then.
Yeah, and then he goes like, and I go, right, so.
Please tell me you got past law 101. What is a crime?
Yeah, and it was weird, right? Because what happened was, like, this whole next section of interaction was he didn't get one thing out of me. He was just defending himself and answering questions. I fucking questioned the shit out of him, right? And he just was coming back. He was just immediately like, oh no, I studied law, and I put it back.
Don't mean shit, man.
Like, you know what he said?
Don't mean shit.
He said,
behave badly. You are a criminal.
There was fucking multiple witnesses, but unfortunately there was 50 of them, so it'll go in his favour. But he said, a police officer told me that it's only theft if you don't return it. He studied law. He told me. So I should have taken his gun.
Legend. Yeah, I just need to borrow this for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I'll bring it back.
Right? I'll give you some money for the bullets.
So
like you're carrying a bloodstained shovel to the scene of a crime.
But you also was able to do that without permission. So I can just take that without permission, right? I can take your shit without permission, and as long as I bring it back sometime.
Yeah. Just return it. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Yeah. I only needed it for the one crime.
And I was like looking at him as he tries to say this, and I was like, really? I can just take things and like, and he just like starts wooing up. Instead of following me, he starts not following me. He starts like, him and his posse start not feeling like walking with me anymore.
Yeah, well, perhaps that's not a good idea. Just not a good idea.
It was so, I just hit this guy.
Just, good on you, bro. Like, man, it's true, man. And you don't call it when you see it.
And the pussy posse just stayed behind him. At no point did they come forward and go in front of him.
They were waiting for him to make the fucking, the manoeuvre that he's turned into a pussy, and then they turned into the posse.
Yeah, but he just got rolled.
They realised he got mobbed.
Yeah, he got mobbed. Yeah, I stood up to 50 of the cunts.
Didn't even touch him.
No, didn't even touch him. Because as soon as he reached forward, so what happened to him, which he didn't, he thought he was being smart-ass by reaching forward. He crossed me nearly, like crossing me to press the button. Right? So he was in my space all of a sudden with his gun and shit.
Oh.
But he thought that meant that he had pushed into my space. But what actually happened was he entered my space.
Yes.
Now he was in my space.
You don't push into my space.
No.
You enter and then
you walked inside. Thank you. Now that you're here, shall we play a game? So he came for questioning. The only thing I put it down to is he liked the experience of being questioned and challenged, and he wanted more. He came back for more questioning.
He probably didn't need to go to his mistress and have her, double end him that night. You know what I mean?
I did enough for him.
You probably subated the requirement for him to be, humiliated.
I think so.
You saved him money, mate.
I did. Like, I mean,
he'd probably be looking for you now to get subated in the future.
I realise this. He may want more.
He may need more tongue lashings.
A weird relationship.
In some sort of weird relationship. He might bring you gifts in the future, like some sort of, magpie or something, hoping to get treats out of you.
I think if he comes back again, I'll have to say that he needs to pay for the service. That should stop him. That should settle him down then. Just remind him that it's a paid service at this point.
Give him the rates. Just hand him your card with the rates on the back.
It's my card.
Full argument, like 150. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy to go there, man.
Yeah, I'm happy to go there with you if you want to. For you, bros,
but this is going to cost you 150 at least every hour.
You studied law. That's very big of you. Oh, very good. Police have to study a little bit of law.
I ain't got the time here to chat and debate fucking law with you, right? If you want a conversation, it's 150 an hour. That's what your lawyers charge, all right?
Just say, next time you're in Bunnings and you just need to borrow, you need to use for like some kind of equipment, just remember that you can take it, walk straight out of Bunnings, and it's totally legal.
Just on the way out, don't worry about any money. Just tell them you're a cop and it's okay. They'll be fine. I'm sure they'll be happy with that response.
But the point is,
and they'll just let you have it.
He didn't even tell anyone.
Oh man, this cop came in, he just grabbed this thing and he left. It was so cool.
No, but the thing about it, Em, is that I am not the owner of the shovel or the worksite. No. He didn't ask or tell the owner anything. He just took it. So you can go to Bunnings apparently and you can just take it. You don't have to tell them. And as long as you return it, used, mind you, there's no problem. That is not theft.
I'm sure they'll be fine with an IOU. You just cruise in there, grab it, click on the IOU, say, hey, look, I'll bring it back. I won't be long.
I mean, you're generous.
I'm going to take it home, I'm going to do the thing, and then I'm going to bring it straight back, and then you guys can have it again.
Which the cop didn't do, which is to actually be respectful and talk to anyone about it. Because he didn't talk to anyone about it. No. But you keep adding in this whole layer of being a polite human being, which I respect. I respect that you want to let Bunnings know at least that you.
Well, he talked to his pussy posse, right?
Well, that was after. Yeah. He'd long.
Like after the experience. Like he went
up to excuse. Do you know what he actually did?
To the girls. He went up to the girls and got his pussy posse involved.
I'm like, no, mate. And he's like, oh, I studied law. Oh, no.
I mean, I wonder what they were talking about.
And then he goes, he said,
I'm going to go there and give this guy a fucking,
he says to me,
tie lesson.
Yeah.
And then he of course he was himself, right? And his mates probably just went, oh my god, what are we doing? Being this guy's pussy posse, man. This guy's a wimp.
Yeah. And then he got
there and laughed. He probably got back to the station.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I mentioned that they didn't come forward.
Been taking strips out of him. Dude, fucking ran circles around you.
He owned you, Buzz. He owned you.
Why didn't you just kick his fucking teeth in like you're supposed to? Huh?
Yeah, you're a girl cop.
Actually, fucking stop the car.
The funniest bit about saying a girl cop was one of the pussy posse was a girl cop. She was tougher than him.
Well, I bet you. Yeah. You would have had more respect for her.
Oh, definitely would have if she'd come forward. But they didn't come forward. None of them looked at me. They all looked. You know those kind of scenes like where
they were there for the extra 40 years, mate. They had extra 40 years on the situation.
They did.
Yeah,
so
80 years.
His final thing was him going trying to justify. He said there was a whole bunch of Sharpies left on the ground. You know, I wasn't just going to leave them there on the ground for people to stand on and get hurt. I had to get a shovel from somewhere. And he starts telling me about how he's been there before and like he knows the people on the work site. It's like, you know, borrows their equipment from time to time. It's just fucking this whole excuse. Like, I'm the
friendly cop.
Yeah, it's just giving me the whole
neighbourhood well.
Yeah, man,
you know,
whatever.
I get free Bunnings down the road. You know,
it's okay.
I just go there and grab what I fucking want.
Everyone's
cool about it, you know. I'm the best cop ever.
It's like,
Come on.
I was helping the people and I just, you know, I didn't want to leave the things on the ground.
Don't have a bad opinion of police, please. You know?
It's just like, and I didn't even like shake his hand or anything. I just walked off.
We're not human beings. We're just we're shining sovereigns of the law.
Just looking at him like he's being a weirdo, and all the other cops just looking off in 3 other directions. You know what I mean?
They're really embarrassed as hell, man.
I'm so embarrassed as he's like just standing there.
What are we doing here, man? This guy's just tongue-lashing our colleague, and there's nothing we can say because it's all fucking true. We know what it's like.
And I'm just like,
fucking rap.
It was embarrassing. You know, to justify himself, and I was like, yeah, well.
Oh man, that is very sad. Like that is a very low point in your ego.
Yeah, his career has been affected. Maybe for the good.
Not just his. I think he's probably already affected, and then this is just a final blow. Getting called out.
Him in, man.
Maybe he's been called out a few times for his fucking, you know, underage dealings.
Underage dealings. I think also, a lot of underage dealings, and also the
disappearance of evidence and stuff.
Being above the law.
Yeah, being above the law, bro.
Just behaving in ways that are above the law, and trying to come back and justify.
The law applies to all, not just some. Even though, you know, truly in the elite field, it doesn't apply, but to everybody else, all the shit kickers, mate, we all got to fucking follow the law, cunt. That's it. Run on.
Yes. And that was the end. And I just walked away. I was like, whoa. I was like, I thought about it, but yeah, it was interesting. Like he came and wanted to be questioned more in front of his colleagues and be like, you know, and hazed, basically.
No, man.
I don't know.
You're in a position of respect.
Yeah,
and
I didn't dark up or anything like that.
And you should act accordingly. You need to fucking shovel, you save up one. You fucking tight cunt. All right?
If they're using shovels that much, it should be part of the kit.
Yeah, well, that's right. Where's your little fucking military shovel in your boot?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, why isn't the fucking city giving you a fucking little mini shovel so you can fucking, dig all the fucking needles up off the ground?
Don't worry about getting the one from the vehicle. I know where a good shovel is. I can get a shovel. You know, goes around. I can always get the shovel from here.
I know where it is because I've been eyeing it all day.
I know. I've been tuning the people on site.
Thinking about digging with it. You know what I mean? Like in my hands. You know,
getting a good
use out of it for the shovel. You know,
that bit of power. You know, we're in front of all the other people over at the pub. You come marching in and you just walk into the site when it's closed and you just show everybody. You know, just imagine he's a little chubby. He's a little chubby. Like, look at me. I'm allowed.
Someone tugging him at the bar.
And you know what I actually heard? And it probably incited me a little bit. One or two people as he was doing this, a few people were like, well, he's a cop, he can do what he wants. And I was actually like, no, he can't. No. Someone said that. Someone said he's got a gun, he can do what he wants. And someone joked at that and they're like, oh, police, maybe they'll do whatever they want. And I went to just walk straight over and was like, oi, that's private property. And everyone in the pub was just like, what the fuck? When they came back, actually, they were all just like, what the heck? You just wanting to get shot? And I'm like, no, the fucking
I'm just wanting people to behave fucking the way they should.
Yeah, and there'd be no shooting.
That's your role. You've been given that role. You behave like a fucking cop, not like a fucking thief.
If they put a gun to my head, they'd be like, that's not going to work.
Yeah. Eggs that don't work on wizards, bro. Shut the fuck up, sit down.
Put that one down.
Adults talking now. That's right.
Let's stop being silly. We're having a conversation.
All you're going to do is put me another place another time, and then I'll be fucking you up real good.
Yeah. Don't give me opportunities. Don't create opportunities.
Don't let me notice you.
Yeah,
because if I start fucking noticing you,
then
there's going to be a problem.
Real trouble.
Yeah. And I won't have anything to do with it. But my associates, however.
So that was little had to come back for his like whipping.
Look, you know, people need,
and I am willing to accept that I possibly will see this unit again.
Sometimes they need closure site.
He's going to come back. He did. He was trying to get closure.
You can see a repeat customer.
Like you said, get the card ready. He may have enjoyed it. He may need to come back.
Tell him that. Look,
he says he is in the area.
I did like the experience. It gave me a bit of a inspiration that I could see true change in someone.
Next time, if he approaches me again, have a conversation. I'm going to then treat.
We're going to have to exchange details.
Well, I'm going to treat that situation as personal, not work. As in, he's not, because the way that he engaged me, even the second time, he didn't really engage me in my mind as a police officer. I wasn't.
He was more trying to be your friend, and
he was trying
justifying his
himself.
actions.
Himself. Yeah. It was a personal. It was like,
look, I'm a human. Please. Yeah.
So if he tries to interact with me,
we're all victims, man. You know.
So he wasn't trying to. He wasn't trying to arrest me. He wasn't trying to. If he thought he was trying to bully me, it failed, which he was, and it failed, which it will again. The point being is that next time, if he fucking comes up to me, then he's going to have to deal with the next level, which is I'm going to put hands. I'm going to have to lay hands on him. One hand, actually. Just on his shoulder, gently, like a friend might.
Encouraging words.
Just to like just a
whispered into
gentle
ear.
touching, not like nothing that feels threatening. It's okay. Don't.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that'll be a really important little moment for him as a person and as a police officer when I lay hands upon, and then if he has a reaction to that, I'll be just like, hang on, this is the third time we're chatting. I thought we were having a friendly, like you were being an acquaintance, forming an acquaintance here. Like, is there some reason why you're engaging me as a police officer? You know what I mean? Like, is this a professional interaction? You should probably move on because that's harassment. You know, you're harassing me. I've done that.
Or we're dating, okay?
Yeah. So this is either we're dating or it's harassment. What is it? Like,
one or the other. Like,
So just checking. Yeah. I should be able to put the hand on your shoulder.
One, you're probably going to lose your job. The other, could be some fun. Okay.
Well, that's So but if it's so if he returns, that I already have theatre prepared. You know what I mean? Like,
Because there's interest, man.
yeah, there is. That's right. Yeah. And there's no reason to talk to me. Like, it must be an additional matter. Like,
True.
Which there is none.
Ask him if he needs closure. Tell him it was great while it lasted.
Would that
but it's probably not going to work.
A squeeze,
So
a light squeeze.
it's best we
Do you
never
need
see each
closure?
other again.
Yeah,
Like, just do the whole breaking up on a
I
relationship.
think we should break up.
Trick with him.
Like,
Just
you
do
are
that.
interesting,
Do that
but I'm not. Like, you got that curly hair. I'm not into the curly hair. That's not my thing.
Yeah. You do have certain things about you that are attractive, and please don't be discouraged. But I am not the one for you.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah. Probably wouldn't work out. Okay?
No, I don't. The
You're a
cover
bit too eager. This is the third time I've seen you in a short span of time. You're acting a little too eager. It's stalkerage.
It's a bit stalkerage.
It's a bit stalky. And I would like this to discontinue. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's been really nice about it.
Yeah.
Kind. Prevent feelings from being hurt on both sides.
That's right.
And defining the whole scenario.
And it's not because of your job. I just don't like that. Like the curly hair, my fingers get stuck in it. If I'm grabbing you, and I've had a problem with that before. As with another bottom.
It's hard.
So sorry.
I can't stand the weeping.
Yeah, the weeping. Yeah.
The weeping has always been the biggest problem. All right, calling out for daddy. That's it.
Yeah. No, I don't like.
I'm not a daddy kind of guy.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
I am a parent.
I'm not here to fix your fucking bank balance. All right.
No. I'm more what the cat brings to the table.
I'm not a human ATM. That's right.
I'm what the cat brings to the table.
Yes,
same thing.
I am the cat brings to the table. That's it. Maybe dead things.
I don't mind bringing dead things, gifts.
Occasional toy from the neighbour's yard. But
sometimes I'm really
that's about it. That's all you're going to get.
I'm doing my own thing. Yeah. And quite independent, aloof, but can hang out. A bit warm, probably sleep next to you, overheat you. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You have to kick me away. Cat, basically.
But I'll always be there when you least need me. Okay? All right. I'll always be there when you least need me. Waiting for them now.
So that was good. That was some good topic shit. That's some funny.
What else we got? We got the
I've got some things myself. Like I've got this one around like being too. So it's really a story of me at the gym, like being too strong for your own good, and then it's like the opportunity of
the ripping and the tearing.
Yeah, which is interesting. But and also, which love do you mean? That's an interesting one.
Let's talk about which love do you mean, man? Because that's something that close to my heart.
Refresh my drink or something before we go. Do we need a little?
Perhaps.
Hey, it's 2 hours. We should probably have a little
aperitifs.
Time
for the chocolates. That's it. I'm hitting the crackle elves. I've got the sparkly elves. Chocolate fucking Cadbury magical elves. Popping candy.
I need to put some ice in this drink. It's flat.
I don't need them, matey.
Flat Pepsi Max. That should go in a soda stream. It's not a great idea. It's really not pleasing.
And I've got my other drink refreshed. Yes.
I'll put ice in it. Oh wow. Home Alone.
Friday part 2. That's awesome, man. I took it easy though. Pick some very simple mistakes. There will be some toolbox talks about
I was going to
how we
make like
connect our
crackling
equipment.
noises.
That's all good.
Hey, Misty.
How's Doglet?
Yes, we are home together. Home alone.
Oh, are you giving treats, are you?
I'm not going to eat anything.
Munchies.
Well, I don't know. Probably not even. It's probably less than munchies. Probably actually need to eat some food. But I am
snacks.
Oh, nutrients, not even snacks. They're like chocolate. No, don't do it today. It'll make you go to sleep.
He made some good
Don't eat the thing.
progress with the Civ, so
makes sense.
definitely finish that game up we're playing.
Do you want to play it a bit after?
Yeah, perhaps.
You got the energies?
Try and finish it up.
Yeah.
Be good. Yeah.
So what's the goal? I think for me the goal would be North America, but not South America. Like leave them.
Yeah, they're friends.
Yeah,
we get to the top and just push him out.
Yeah.
And if they get all cranky, then we just go, all right, sorry. Yeah. We will have South America after all.
Well, that could be necessary if it's required. But I'd like to sort of leave, if possible, if they're willing to accept, is Canada and Poland. I think it is. I think they're the southern. I think it's south.
Yeah.
I think is that right?
Push back.
I think Poland is South America.
Yeah, I'd have to open the game up. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, whatever South America and like.
I know North America's mine, and those people in there just need to realise that. Like the ones that are camping in there at the moment, like they will be relocated to their new island home.
Island home, the reserve.
Island home. We are the island boys.
We're going to send them to the reserves, you say?
Scrooge McDuck was on the list, you know. He's only just come out, the reduction on Scrooge McDuck being on the list.
Really?
That's why I've wearing a t-shirt tonight to commemorate. Scrooge McDuck had plenty of bloody dealings with Eddie. I think he went for several rides on Bubba, on Mike Stallion.
Mighty. Okay. Oh, a little bit on actually.
Snackings. Midstream snackings are essential.
Peanut butter on wrap and ice and drink.
There's one more big donut left. I don't know. I'm looking at it.
I have a bag of pork crackling. Prefer to save that for after because I'm not crunching through the episode.
I already polished off one donut. Good.
Because chips in particular, that's a crackly thing. It take a while to eat them. I think it's a big chunk of time.
Got this special crackly noise. Is that you, Nathan? You grabbing bungle? Any of these ones? Dougie's donuts. Good. Verdict from the bungle is good.
Which donut place? Like Coles or Woolworths. Dougie's Donuts.
I don't know. Yeah, I know where they're probably new.
The donut shop.
They're one of these really full filled up ones.
Oh yeah.
Like the fully filled donut.
Well, the crazy shit all over the top of it.
Emblazoned.
Yeah, it's interesting, hey, it's taken this long for like complex donuts to really start to happen in Australia.
Yeah, everyone's just been used to the old, cinnamon six-pack.
Yeah, like Krispy Kreme sort of has been, but generally it's kind of hasn't got mass saturation at all. Not even only like a weird thing at airports and here and there, I know
the 7-Elevens have them.
But then these like Dougie's and this other one I've seen as well. I can't remember its name. I don't know. Maybe Brooklyn Donuts.
Oh no, I'm not.
Anyway, but these fancy donuts, and I came up with the whole idea but from being to Canada, in fact, and experiencing Tim Hortons donuts and coffee. I'm thinking that's really transformative. That's like fucking not cinnamon donuts. This is revolutionary. And that was quite a while ago. And so it was in the late 90s.
I always loved the scrolls. Business plan scrolls, man.
Figuring out how
to shit.
Make like designer donuts. I think what's interesting about
they
donuts.
should do them hot. No, awesome.
Well, I want to say that too. I think a lot of the problem with those fancy donut joints is it's just a shelf cake. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a you know how
it's
long.
not like soft from the coming straight out of the furnace of the.
You have no idea how long it's been there, really.
Like it could be 10 weeks old, and then just throw some shit on top. Who knows? Frozen for 10 weeks, and then pulled out of the freezer and little thing on top.
Like maybe the
quick hit in the microwave.
Like maybe the ones you go to a Krispy Kreme or something. They've got like some places where they make some, but maybe that's just like the more basic ones. And then you get through the day, there's the general ones. You don't know. I don't know. I've never seen somebody in a Krispy Kreme
home delivery ones.
I've never seen someone in a Krispy Kreme
around the floor for ages.
Make actually. I mean, I guess they must. For how I don't know. I've never seen them make like the ones with all of the apple turn on crumble.
They always come in.
They must come in.
They're shitting. Yeah, they come in. Only very few bakeries that do those for themselves. Yeah, you hardly see any apple turnover in fucking cream no more.
It's really appalling, really. When you think about like
those food stuffs that we loved are disappearing quicker than ATMs, mate.
They are. And when you first mentioned this idea to me about ATMs, I was like, because I don't really use them, I don't really think about them. And
no, well, I normally tap everywhere I go. So,
but then I started thinking about it. I started looking, and I realized the only ones I could find, like even like I'd have to go inside, into a branch. Like there's a special area with Suncorp, and near me, the one Suncorp is like the teller actually inside the building. We
have to swipe in or tap in or whatever.
Into the atrium or whatever it is. I don't know, the antechamber.
A little special, anti-getting beat, fucking
basically
safety glass room.
But people aren't sleeping out in front of them or something, maybe. But they're interesting. Like
tap and go hobos.
But there used to be ones in like shopping centres and all over the place. But now, but now the only ones are these little like weird ones.
We had clusters. You had like the wall ones, and then you had like the cluster ones where there's like 4 in the middle and stuff like that. And now it's just basically both ends of the shopping centre, and there's two different ones, and they're not brand names. You get access to brand name card things, but normally unless you're part of their affiliates, then you get charged the not affiliate fee.
Yeah, totally. No, they always are. It's always some random thing, like it's just like a non-brand, ATMX or something else, or
and you wonder why they're getting so many bogus. You could have $250 worth of cash in there. It could be just bogus notes, and you could be just like fully credit scamming people and giving them fake notes to fucking deliver out into the network.
In a city, you go into like a little shop where it's just like the little, there's out of date fucking peanuts and things on the shelves. Old mate's just sitting back there hoping doesn't even give a fuck.
Has got some sort of fucking
skimmer
Arabic scribbling on it. Doesn't even have a proper name.
And you got
this Arabic sign on it.
And you go, do you do cash out? And he points over at the ATM. You go to this ATM, it's like the screen's kind of half fuzzy and
buttons are all fucked up.
It's like his, whatever.
You go to touch the pin pad and it's sort of like it looks like it's loose. It doesn't quite come out, but it looks like it's loose. The guy sort of smiles getting bigger as you're walking towards it. Yeah. Like he starts grinning ear to ear as you're walking towards it. Yeah. Knowing. And the amount of counterfeit money. Instantly grabs his phone and starts looking at it. Not even interested in you walking up the terminal once he sees you walking towards it. Just starts looking at his phone.
Like, why wouldn't you? So unsafe. Like skim possibilities, friggin' everything.
Dude could be dodgy as fuck right in the shop
counterfeit money.
Just, watching you put your PIN number in and getting your card number. Skimming. That's what I'm saying. Keypads now overlay those things so perfectly. So easy to do a dodgy pin pad.
It's crazy. Like, I don't know. Like,
and the overlays are perfect, man. That's why you got to tug on that shit. If it looks like it's coming loose, you start reaping.
You got to really think about.
If it peels off and there's another keypad underneath, you fucking take that to the cop. Whatever you peel off the top, you go, hey, I found this.
I don't even want to touch a keypad. That concerns me. Like the only place I wanted to do that is like in Coles or whatever. But still, if you're like, there's less chance because the people there are quite drone-like. It'd be very hard for you to sort of be on the registers and then
get grifted,
and slip a thing. Unless
one of the bigger ones,
they've got many other ways to grift you anyway. They can grift the illegal level at mass scale. Like, you know,
And
they don't need to. They don't need a penny. They don't need to. Coles does not need. Like, they actually have all my details. They don't fucking need to.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
They don't need to.
You've been a client of them for several years. They know exactly what your dietary requirements are.
But with those things, I was like, the ATMs.
Yeah, just to completely disappear.
Well, also, have you seen the ones that are just like called BitRocket and stuff, just rando like Bitting or?
Oh, the Bitcoin fucking ATMs, yeah.
Yeah. So you just chuck.
I got
cash
one in my local
into it.
shop. I got the normal ATM, dodgy ATM, plus the Bitcoin thing, both side by side.
So you can put money into something and get nothing out of it.
Well, that's where I sent you that number that I saw. I scanned it at the top of the ATM at the local shop. It's, you know, smoko. Yeah, dude selling fucking tobacco. Advertising on the top of the local ATM. It's like, what? I love this place. Right? So good. Most of the places you go, man. Like even
in
you
shopping
got to wander.
centres.
Got to find them.
I'm talking
not in shopping centres.
I'm in a
anymore.
Westfield. I'm
You
in
know
Westfield,
why?
Bondi
Here
Junction.
I'm taking
like
a guess.
major.
I'm taking a real guess now, Si. All right. Let me think. The amount of people stealing ATMs from shopping centres overnight by crashing cars into dragging off ATMs.
Does that happen?
Quite often.
Well,
It's too hard to do a bank. What's easier than a bank? What's got 120, 200k worth of cash in it? One of them. Just grab that motherfucker and off you go. Like they've been chaining them out. I've seen dudes bringing bobcats in, like fucking tradies, and ripping them out, and then putting it into the bobcat fucking bucket and taking
Like
off
the
with
dodgy
the ATM.
ones, the ATMX type things, or the ones
Just fully steamrolling them and just walking and cruising off them. So that's probably one that it's not replacing them, or only in certain spots, and then having limited cash in them, I imagine.
Well, this is maybe.
Well, most of them are tapping. Most people are tapping anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
Australia's pretty
everyone's
ahead on
and
that
even using their phones. Like the phone tap is up, mate, 1,000%.
Yeah, it's a kind of an interesting thing to steal. I suppose you can get away with it once, twice. Maybe it's a thing. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought they would have that much money in them. Okay, how much would you need? So if people were doing like an average transaction of even like $50 or $100, like
pulling 100 off video.
So you'd
how
need
many
10
transactions
grand
you get in a
per-
day. Yeah. So you can have 50k in there, and then that'd be more than enough. The big ones where they're in the wall and shit, they can have up to 120, 200k because they've got multiple cassettes. Those little ones, they've probably got 25, 30k in there.
Yeah.
And what are you going to dispense in a day?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like if you're doing 200, like
Everyone's
$100.
tapping. How much cash are they taking out?
Well, let's say it's $100, so it's 10 per thousand. So it's 100 transactions per $10,000. So 100 transactions is reasonable potentially in a
And
day.
if you watch them, you're sitting there eating your lunch and you're watching them. They're not busy.
No,
they are not busy.
No, like 100
Not
transactions
like the
in a
old days
day.
where there's people lined up grabbing their money out.
100 transactions a day is
Most
10,
people are
is
just
10
tapping it
transactions
on.
per hour over a 10-hour period. So you should be seeing a transaction every 6 minutes.
Putting it on the card or tapping when they get
Yeah,
through
you
the
should at
grocery
least
line.
be seeing a
Most
transaction
people
every
don't
6
pull
minutes.
money out.
And you're not seeing a transaction every 6 minutes if you're sitting there, are you? Like,
No.
You see, like you say, none.
No, it's slow. It's probably every 10 minutes someone will walk up and grab money out.
Maybe 10
Occasionally
minutes?
you might get two people at once, because
Oh,
someone
really?
wants cash out. But then it'll just be a break and they're just sitting there. Like no one's even going near them.
Because if you think about transaction period, like I'd say it's a 2-minute transaction time, do you think?
Because we go there lunch times. Like you think if any time they're going to be busy, people will be grabbing money out for lunch or money for later.
But you
right?
think also how long it takes you to transact. I'd say like it takes probably 2 minutes because they're generally a bit slow.
Yeah, to give you a more
Chinka.
bump,
Wait,
thinking,
put
code,
your card
waiting,
in,
yeah.
So I'd say like
Verification, take
overall
your card,
the
get your
interaction's probably
cash.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you have if you are getting up to even like one every 10 minutes, it's quite you would see someone waiting quite often.
Yeah.
You'd have to be and you don't see that. Like it's just not. They're not making so I wouldn't say they got even 100 grand, maybe 50. Yeah. Well, 100 would be 100. I don't think.
And that would cut down on the people stealing them because
Also, they have these other ones
in there. Yeah.
which are just Bitcoin.
Yep.
What does that mean? I don't know. Like I'm not really sure. I've never used one. But
Well, apparently you got to download some app on your phone and then it connects to it and blah, 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 blah. And
so you can convert, but it looks to me like you put cash into it.
Yeah, you put money into it and then you get
nothing
Bitcoin
out.
pushed in. You get numbers
Yeah, you get nothing
pushed
back.
into a magical little wallet on your phone where you can see your money that you put into the
some
magical
software
numbers.
that they control.
Yeah.
They make some numbers change.
On the thing, every time
they
you
own.
insert the money, it's like a game, but you never, when you go to claim it or collect or win the prize, there is no prize.
There's no prize.
Yeah, no prize. What are you talking about?
That's quite a business model, hey? So what you do is you make an ATM.
You just make an ATM, and all it does is you get your little
install
app,
the app.
you connect it up,
then they put money into the
app
ATM.
connects to the ATM, it knows how much money you put in there,
And it makes the
you
numbers
put some
go
little
up.
numbers, you put some little numbers on a thing on the other side, and say it's this, and you got this many of that,
And then it's in a currency that can't be used anywhere. So it's not like you're at risk of anyone trying to use it. They can't use it really. Because it's not like Bitcoin or something.
It's Betcoin. It's Betcoin. It's Betcoin. It's not Bitcoin, it's Betcoin. So you put your money in there and you're taking a bet that there's going to be something that's retrievable later. Yeah. So there's no guarantee in the first place.
Well, no,
not
it's
like
not
you're
even
putting
that
something
for
into something solid. Okay, sorry. You're putting it into nothing.
not even-
all right?
well, it's
And
not
the
even-
chance of you actually
you're
getting something
hoping.
from nothing is so remote.
You're hoping that in the future,
Maybe you might, but
somebody
mostly you don't.
there'll be some other person who will believe. They'll truly
Real.
believe.
They'll put their belief into those numbers on that application that's connected to that
And
money
take over responsibility for
taking
believing.
machine.
That
That's
believing from you. So you can relieve yourself of your duty to believe.
It's ultimate betting because you don't know of the outcome.
No, at some point the belief might stop, and then that's
Or at least the app,
trouble.
when you go and look in there, all the numbers are zero.
Well,
Suddenly it's not connected to anything. And are those ATMs that you used to enjoy, they don't exist anymore. They're gone. The little poles everywhere, just poof, and overnight, gone.
just gone.
All that hard-earned cash you put in there, and it's
To see
stacked
those numbers.
for several months to watch those little numbers on your phone go up.
Yeah.
Someone came and picked up a little thing, and then they've got all that money now.
They have that. They have all
Thanks
that
for playing
Bitcoin now.
the will my money be here? No, sorry. It's not. It's with us now. You took a chance.
You have.
You didn't win. I'm so sorry.
Sadly.
We won. We're always the winner.
Yeah.
We're always the winner when it comes to playing that game. Yeah. Somehow we've got the whole thing rigged, but it's all right because we've got friends that know the law. Just like people who know they shouldn't steal shovels, right?
The Bitcoin one, actually, just to close, that was a bit of a breakdown. I'll talk about breakout. But the Bitcoin one that I see, right, is at Westfield, Bondi Junction, like an elite level. It's got which has got fancy brands and shit in it, kind of level Westfield, and it's right next to where Coles, like the supermarkets, and
it could be more than just an ATM. It could be like a system of I want to hide some money from the missus.
So
I'm going to push it into the Bitcoin, pretending like I'm saving and making some money on it, and then I can pull it out the other end.
Magical mystery wallet. Which bank have you? No bank. Nothing. It's just in my special nothing.
I've got the special wallet here.
Wallet. Invisible wallet.
Let me tap the NFC, and you'll get the magical invisible wallet connection to your service, and then
I try not to dribble when I tap.
Oozing.
But I think that I don't know. That you just
to me, I'm totally sus. I need something for it. Like
I've never seen anyone use it.
If I was shoving my money in there, I'd wanted like a little token thing to fall out.
Well, I was actually thinking, like with the one I see,
a little nugget. Like if I put $250 in there, I want a little gold bar to fall out. Like that to me means more than Bitcoin.
That would be if you had one that converted
to gold. A little gold bar, $200 gold bar, would just
put gold in and could have put out money. Could you go the opposite way?
I could push a little bar in there, and then out comes money.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Either.
What if What if you wanted to launder money, and so it was you wanted to launder so much money that it was worth your money to hire to go to Westfield Bondi Junction, for example, and then ask how much it costs to rent a bit so you can put an ATM machine in, and they're like, 10 grand a year. Then you're like, great, 10 grand, thanks. And then you put your bit machine in there, your branded bit machine in there, and the only people who actually really use it. Occasionally you get a rando who uses it and it just doesn't work properly. You've got a special mode for that, and so they don't really actually succeed. Or
it has problems with the installation,
and it doesn't quite work.
Phone not recognised. Not part of the party.
And the person gives up and walks away.
Not part of the crew.
So otherwise, your people actually are the ones who come up once a day and just drop 20 grand in. And so that 10 grand that you're paying for a year is just cheap chips for the 20 grand that you're laundering straight through the machine.
It's like a I know what you're saying, but they set it up so it looks like Bitcoin. But it's like a mafia Dropbox.
It's a mafia Dropbox, man.
You know what I mean? Like for the local syndicate or whatever, they just come in and then just drop in there, a couple of grand, blah blah blah.
And it converts to whatever coin, whatever the cheapest, whatever the most obscure coin is going at the moment. It's like they know they can pull in and out of, and they've just got a little deal going.
Do the convert, blah blah blah. All we want to do is move the money. We'd like to do it through a really shitty fucking unrecognised coin. Have your own mafia coin.
Yeah, basically, wouldn't you? I thought you would, wouldn't you? And then so you can just put your own. You can make the money disappear and reappear from the.
We've got a tumbleweed rolling into the stream.
I'm still here, hopefully. Am I here?
Yeah, still here.
Oh, good.
I got you. Hello, can you hear me? Cyberphone.
I'm just hanging out.
It's all good. Cyberphone, phone. Cyberphone, phone. Can you hear me? Cyberphone.
Why are you crying? Hang on, why is she crying? Hang on, I'll just. Shall I dial in a tumbleweed who's crying?
Oh, no, please don't.
I'm just a little bit drunk, want to talk. No. Not yet.
Can't do that on live.
Alas.
Oh.
Yeah, call your mum. That's it, excellent. Correct. Yeah, excellent.
Mum loves you. She always loves you.
Her partner's out at work all night and she's managing being drunk. She's a little bit drunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look, I think that's actually all we're going to see now too. It's like I just thought about it. It's just actually going to get to the point. You'll either go into the special ghetto, like into the special whatever your branch is, Westpac's little ghetto, where you're allowed in with your iris scan and shit, and you'll be allowed to do the special, robotic transaction if required.
Come in and get your little,
because you're a business or whatever.
Gorilla biscuits for the day. Yeah.
But if you're not like in the special ghetto sort of,
no play.
You're not allowed into the area where the machines are to do that transaction.
You're beggar mode.
You're beggar mode out there.
You're the one that people throw credit sticks at. Go away. Credit stick on the ground.
I mean, that's a whole other thing we talk about a bit. The solutions to it.
Go and grab yourself a little bottle.
But we don't.
A bottle
the problem is we don't even have credit sticks. Like you think about things like Star Trek or Star Wars and whatever, they have some. Actually, often they have like a
offline storage of their credits.
They have a chip type thing that they chuck at each other, which stores have certain values. But we don't even have that. And I actually have, personally, I've
numbers.
started,
We've got numbers, Si. Come on, don't be like that. We've got numbers, man. Like, look at my screen. I see numbers. I'm satisfied. I've got something.
But like universal belief systems are fine. I just think like that at the moment, even like the digital wallet, and I would go on one of the leading coin podcasts are out there, and I'd happily go in a conversation about it. But my view of like is that that if we're really going to have like crypto or whatever blockchain currencies,
we need some independent place of being able to store it.
Yeah, that's hardware. It's independent. Yeah,
it's not
it's actually a
something
piece
that
that
runs out or it expires or whatever. You put the thing in there, it's locked into the device. It can be CRC checked, and then pull back out when it's inserted and the right codes applied to it. Yeah,
but you can transfer that to someone else. Like you can, and so that then they can have the chip and it moves around. Basically, that you have a hardware.
You can plug it into the credit transfer thing, and then it'll move whatever you've selected across to the other.
What about this? What about as a design for this device? Is that it's actually like an e-ink surface, and then depending on the stored value, it changes color, and depending on the coin, it like just changes the shape on it, like so that it like for example,
it has whatever the shape of the logo denomination is used as a symbolizing sequence or whatever.
And maybe they can store a few so that you could have like where it shows you that the stored value is like a mix.
X amount of this or green.
Well, just something simple, like it's just like it just shows the mix.
Well, it would just show all the values that are in there.
Yeah, okay, it just naturally displays
and then give you how much is in it. Like
you put your hand on it.
The color of the
what if you hold it in a certain way and then like maybe with your fingers on it, and that equals like a gesture essentially that then switches it into display mode.
Fingerprint unlock or whatever to activate touch display. Some sort
it's
of
interesting when
register.
you actually get to a point in technology development where you've got an inbuilt display that costs so little money that it's in a throwaway chip
category. Whereas
every coin has it.
20 years ago, people would be like $100,000 for something like that.
Or even on a phone today, it's on a it's like not even 10
cents. The tech we have in our phone, like even my phone, my cheap crappy one. The tech that's in there, man, like it's a computer, walking, talking computer.
You can't make call though.
Plug in a bloody USB adapter, and you got HDMI out. You got all your USBs and network and everything. Basically, turned into a whole computer.
And it struggles to make a phone call.
Yeah, that's right. It can do my word processing, but if I try to call someone on 5G, I mean, did it get better or did it get worse? Like, for fuck's sake, mate. I'm so unhappy with the 5G service. Like, mission accomplished. Like, it's the most useless service ever. Thanks. Double thumbs up.
Yeah, it's interesting. Huh?
Most frustration, most useless service. Let's go back to 4G. Fuck you.
On occasion, when I made international calls on a landline day, it was a bit crackly or there was a bit of delay. Yeah.
Of course, that's it.
Otherwise,
you get those little links, country links and shit. Yeah.
You could be on a phone call for hours to somebody on a landline, locally, Australia-wide, back in like 1980s, like that long ago, and it was clear. It was clear. You knew what they were saying.
Good conversation.
There was not. You weren't like it was breaking up.
No.
I mean, I'm trying to actually think of a scenario which I can recall that was reliably such that you had breakup calls that were crackly or broken up, and I don't recall it. Like maybe it was an electrical storm. Like don't tell you not to. Maybe there would be noise on the line. I'm just trying.
I get it when you like if you're mobile and you move between some long distance country stuff, you'd fringe on the mobile towers, right? But when you're in the city and you look around and everywhere you fucking look is another mobile tower, how are you not getting a signal side?
No.
Okay? No. This is what I'm like, irrespective of the 5G or whatever, we have so many antennas. Why isn't there a perfect reception? Are we oversaturated with antennas?
Yes.
Maybe that's the issue?
Well, there is
too much bombardment?
Well, if you can imagine...
How many cooked brains do we need, Si?
Well, if you think about, like, say, for example, if you just think about 5G towers around and 4G, so you've got 7 signals going, and you've got those 2 networks running, and they're running over the top of, like, a whole bunch of Wi-Fi, right? And then a whole bunch of Wi-Fi is running over the top of a whole bunch of Bluetooth. So you've got all these, like, overlapping spheres of electrical.
You've got fucking amateur,
There are hundreds of fields, and some of those are running in similar frequency bands, and they're doing channel switching to like try and keep hopping around to find a channel to keep you connected.
That's available,
and then like it's getting saturated.
Someone else's
and so you're actually losing little bits of sync, like you're actually being booted off network temporarily for microseconds here and there. Like it's happening so fast.
Bandwidth issues. How much saturation is saturation, Si?
Well, if you've got a phone that can do, like, say, the alleged, let's just say a phone with an alleged 5G 100 megabit.
Full capacity,
Well, 1 gigabit.
You're standing right next to a tower, right next to the network in the middle of Sydney where you're on a major node. You're getting the full click.
Yeah, but that means 10 of you. If 10 of you were doing that, and somehow you were all max capacity, which is a bit absurd. That's something. But that's pretty much a whole channel. Yeah, I mean,
that's a whole channel
to the tower.
Yeah,
10 gigabit, 100 gigabit.
That's a whole channel taken up. Just by you doing that data stream.
I wouldn't think that most towers have got more than a gigabit of capacity. Like the backbone from the tower.
That's right.
The backbone from the tower would be like 10 gigabit.
They'd be struggling. I think that'd be the major issue, wouldn't it? Just being the throughput. And not only that, how many more people are buying into the networks, and not only that, having the multiple networks as well than the other not so legal networks. Yeah.
So there's just a complete plethora of like signal and muddle.
Yeah, major bombardment, as we call it, RF bombardment.
I would imagine like a much better way, and it's probably what mesh proponents talk about, is where we actually had a unified network that like it was either all the various ranges, the cell tower, the local Wi-Fi, everything was one network, and we just had a really like a quantum security protocol, and so everyone just shared network, and wherever you are, your call was just running on the local route, like all the layers.
Automatically got routed locally through
so
each of the
we didn't have
routers.
competing frequencies. All phones were on the same frequency.
No, you
exactly.
didn't need opposition fucking cell towers someone trying to blast other people and push theirs up and force them to up their
There's no benefit in
output.
it because you're
just totally just drowning everybody. Yeah, that's right.
So one network, one system.
Bandwidth competitiveness.
And you just move around all the available nodes.
I'm feeling it, man.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen when it does get oversaturated. People will just use those other alternative fucking networks like meshing and shit.
There's a lot of that in humanity though, where we're at the moment we're in this really kind of resistant to working together actually as like a group. That's all like privacy or some other thing that we complain about. Oh, but then somebody would be using my thing. Like what?
Whatever. Yeah. It's there. You only use this much of it.
That you're emitting electromagnetic signal.
You're providing this much. You're providing this much RF pollution tax. RF pollution tax.
Contribute, be part of the network, or pay tax.
Or pay RF pollution tax. Now we're giving them fucking politicians some ideas, aren't we?
Because now, then what you could do, you could also really have a super targeted frequency that was just, the channel that was just open. Really tight control over it's really good. Like I think that, that's that kind of like high speed. I mean,
it's part of optimization, and it's going to be critical. I think to get proper.
We need unified infrastructure.
Bandwidth and what would you call it? Quality of service, an institution of quality of service.
And I think that this is like this packet.
Because that's what you were talking about with the whole having the copper line. You'd have a perfect fucking connection, a perfect chat. That was quality of service. There's no quality of service in the RF range.
It's a mess.
It's best we can do. That's what you get in RF.
Because they know that there's like the amount of failure rate, packet loss, and like missignal things and a leaf waved
well aware of certain places and certain areas where they're getting fucking some sort of global or localized interference which stops that signal, and amplifying it, all it does is make it worse.
And I can tell you, like, say for example, on one of the bus routes I'm on, there's this patch I could almost map it to the meter or the 10 meter, of where this, probably nearly to the meter. I reckon within 5 meters.
You need to put I'm trying to think of the app.
This dead zone. But the dead zone's interesting because like it used to not exist, and it does exist, and I wonder actually if it's intentional. An incident occurred within this cell area that and
someone just got annoyed and put up a blocker.
Well, it was a bit of a sort of a graffiti, a sort of antisocial attack.
So you use Wiggle. Wiggle's really good for letting you know. Have you seen Wiggle? WIGLE. Wiggle scanner.
Scanner.
It does your mobile tower scanning, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and what else does it do? Something else. But,
so that's on your phone.
Covers all the phone connection things. So Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and cell tower information, and basically just gives you a list of all the things being connected. So when you go into a hole, it'll just be nothing. There'll be nothing around you. You won't be connected to anything, and you'll see it gives you the cell tower strength as well. Like it'll actually reach out and ask what the cell tower strength is.
What was it called? WIGLE.
Wiggle. Hang on.
WIGLE.
WIGLE. Wi-Fi. It's called Wiggle Wi-Fi.
There we go. Wiggle.net.
That's what I use on Android.
All the networks found by everyone. Oh wow.
You can log into the website as well. It's pretty cool. I've been a member for a while. Yeah. It lets you map out like a war driving. It's a war driving tool. And when you're logged in, you can contribute and upload your little driving experiences.
Where's my where am I? Put it down my location, but it seems not. So what do I do? I'm on the thing. Latitude, longitude, SSID. Yep. So I need to zoom. Oh, find address. Okay, so if I just use
yeah, it's pretty cool. It does everything, man.
I do one thing and just see my own story. Holy shit! Yeah, right.
Yeah. It shows you everything, man.
Yeah. So
it basically it blows open and shows you exactly what's going on around you.
I am in a zone which has none, like 2 streets away from me.
Yeah, and you can actually go to the map view as well, and it should show you on the map view where the towers are, or approximate where the towers are. Yeah.
Just looking. Oh, interesting.
It's a cool little utility. I've been using it for a bit.
It's quite interesting. I'm looking like where it is, and it just shows. Up where I am though, I think because of what near me, that there's like a dead zone. It's not a real dead zone. It's actually like not logged in. Yeah, like
out of operation dead zone.
Like an intentionally dead zone.
Yep.
Wow, because you can literally otherwise see the Wi-Fi in each person's house.
Yep. Everything's short of who's connected to it, but it shows you all the names, and as you're walking along, it'll just basically just spring every time you're walking. It just springs open.
I'm not logged in.
All the phones, all the Wi-Fi's, and then pings the cell tower to show you where you are and can give give you, proper full, cell
I see, once
tower
maybe logged in,
location.
I've reached my daily limit. Fair enough. Yeah, what a cool bit of software, huh?
Yeah, very cool.
I like it a lot. I like that it's also just a website. Like, it doesn't really depend on iOS or anything.
No, you
like
don't
that.
have to download the app.
There is an app?
Still on Android. There's an app.
Yeah, I wouldn't think.
I don't know if
can't
there's an
imagine
app for
Apple
it.
that kind of imagine that swimming on.
Have a look, because
On iOS, really?
it's put in Android as a testing tool.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, yep.
It's possible then.
And it's not actually. It's just gathering information. It's not interrogating anybody's phones. It's just gathering information using the available the RF devices. Pure listening and only. That's it.
I mean, other things know what it is, but they don't, because they're obviously, it comes up if you search for that wiggle. Well, but not really. I mean, no, it's not on the App Store. It's on,
Yeah, it's on Android. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can't think that would fly on.
It'd be good in a headset, VR representation.
Yeah, look, I would
cruising along
love
the
to
street
actually
with your headset on and just pointing out all
I will
the free
repeat this as
Wi-Fi.
many times on the Cheep and everywhere else, but I feel like the next thing in smartphone cameras is not more resolution and more zoom or more stability, though whatever you want. It's actually like more frequency that it can render more frequency bands.
Yeah, we want to see the ultraviolet pictures coming out.
Yeah, and even wider, like RF, like all of it.
Yeah.
The goal should be to have a lens, a sensor, which can measure and
The all-seeing sensor.
can measure frequency.
It of measurement. That's it. Temperature, everything. Uni sensor.
Yeah, like infrared, like it does infrared, it does UV, it does like further than that, like it does RF.
Everything.
Yeah, you just dial it to the one
X-ray.
you want. Yeah, down to like you could
Microwave.
20 hertz.
Everything, bro. Yeah.
You know, so you can see like something like a dog barking. You can actually see like the sound.
The sound waves coming out of the mouth of the dog as it's barking. That's right.
That's what I think would be really what the goal should be. Because then you're
increase the resolution.
Because then you're continuing like the purpose of the device. Like I don't mean just because of a tricorder, but I'll just use the term
Help the all human train their eyeballs by seeing it.
Correct,
Then once trained, we'll be able to see it by itself. That's
yes,
it.
knows.
Knowing
Is aware of.
getting
brain
the
becomes
frequency. Yeah, that's it.
capable. I wonder. I think if you applied
Steps and upgrades,
yeah, it'd be interesting if you used other things, like if you applied pressure to the human as well at the same time. Not in a weird way, I just mean like sort of other sensors being applied to help the human really kind of
subtle vibration of skin and hair, heightened. That would work.
would work. Oh, I did something today. I'm actually looking at the video on the final video that is the background at the moment. But I did a different kind of measurement in my goal with the train running.
Oh yeah. Oh, the special assisted acceleration.
Yes, assisted acceleration.
I was thinking about a title for it. Yeah.
Acceleration.
Assisted accelerations. Yeah.
So is what I did was I actually went to the last door on the train. For a reason. Like that's where I want to get off at the station. But then what I did was I counted each, and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm actually going to film it so I can very accurately time it. But then I was able to time how long it took the last door to reach each other, because on the metro they're always in exactly the same place. Like there's these, the station has open and closed doors. So you can look outside, look across the platform and see the other door from the other train, like where it would open and close. So you can use it as a complete measurement. Tink, tink, tink. And when the train pulls up, that's actually where all the doors are. Obviously, but importantly. So so it will take, like, for example, 3 seconds for me to get for the train to get to the second last door on the platform, and then 2 seconds to get to the second last door, and so forth.
Yeah.
You know, whichever order you want.
The special mass we went through.
So there's about 15 doors or 16 doors, whatever it is, 18 doors or something. So what I'm able to do is count how many seconds it takes for the last door to pass every other door, which tells me exactly how long the acceleration rate through the station.
Yes.
So I can count the entire acceleration
rate. And basically the stride velocity that you're going to have at that as you accelerate.
Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, by about maybe 2/3 through the station, I think it was actually going at half a second per door. You'd have to clear, jump, you'd be moving at half a second at least, maybe quicker, a third a second, maybe 3 a second. But I think by the time you're leaving the station, it's 3 a second.
Yeah, you best be traveling.
Basically a carriage.
Yeah.
A second. That's a big jump. You won't be making that jump.
No. Not humanly possible. Yeah.
So I think I'm going to do it.
Unless everything was cleared out and it was just a straight path all the way through.
You could possibly. And you
definitely, it was set up for you to do that full run and then have the big, like crash cushion at the other end.
Yeah, just in
crash
case.
cushion,
if you fuck it up.
Bam, hit it hard. Don't die. Yeah, too. Thankfully, the crash cushion was waiting.
Like a Mission Impossible moment.
Just fill up the other end of the train with those giant Snorlax fucking, the huge pillow things. Yeah, Snorlax pillows. That's it. Just fill up the other end of the trains with Snorlax. Just come in and say, just mega rest at the end of it all. Cuddled by Snorlax.
Snorlax, a special cuddle of joy, a happiness, the pleasure of the lax.
Oh man, that thing I sent you, that fucking, sorry to start swearing, but the beheading, OnlyFans beheading.
Oh, yeah, she, in South Australia, for whatever reason.
I was just like, what the living fuck?
Well, for what reason though? Was it as a pleasure sort of activity?
I don't know. Maybe I haven't looked into the detail, but I'm still trying to just fucking get my mind around it. Like, you'd need to be pretty damn angry at someone to pull their head or take their head off, wouldn't you? Like the anger level that would be required, or the psychotic level that needs to be required to remove someone's head. Like,
I reckon you'd have to be.
There'd need to be drugs involved. It's not something a sane person would just go, oh, I'm angry, I caught my partner cheating, or they stole money from me, and now I've just decided to take their head off.
Let me just get the facts here, which is few. The thing is, they say the person who did the slaying, the beheading was an OnlyFans operator.
Yeah.
And they were a female. And the person who was beheaded was a male.
Yes, a partner.
Partner. Yeah, right. So we have like possibly two scenarios. Like one is that he actually was was maybe forcing her to do the OnlyFans, and she was actually a bit of
the victim. Yep.
And she freed herself.
Yeah.
I haven't read anything.
If she put it on the stick out the front of the house, and I would have understood. Like that is being liberated, is from your oppressor is mounting it. Yeah. Sometimes.
I get that.
Proper way. I mean, back in the day way. Okay.
It's more like that. Keeps potentially others away.
Others like to pull the bones out, shrink it down, knob cover.
Keep it as a ward. Yeah.
Ornament. Yeah. Hood ornament. Yeah.
But also it could be we're talking about an OnlyFans person, so you'd make a fair bit of money.
Stealing money off her? Like she was connected? Her bro was connected to something and he stole money off her?
No.
Or maybe he owed money to someone and then they forced her to take his head off.
I was just thinking maybe
cover the debt.
It was just actually...
maybe it was a snuff movie. Maybe they got a special order.
Thank you.
I'm just thinking outside the box.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I've been thinking. I think actually
a bit of a snuff going on, snuff it up, snuffleupagus.
And, whatever, he either wanted it or was like 100K.
It got a little bit out of hand. Maybe she was doing the Amazon thigh squeezing thing, cracking the watermelon trick, and his head popped
people
off.
would know that. I think if you do the watermelon cracking and then you cut the head off to try and hide that,
well,
we would know.
A broken head versus coming completely off or being taken off is a whole different scenario. So like it's
yeah, exactly.
There's a difference between getting your head crushed by a decent pair of thighs, which is like
And if you did the crushing before the cutting,
but the removal, it seems a little bit severe. Like it's amputee 1,000, isn't it? It's like I don't know if I need a body anymore. I just want to be a head.
Did you ever see the photos? I mean, I never showed them to you, but I personally, I've seen them. But have you? No, you've never showed them to me either. You know this. You know the dude who had his, he just.
They had the fantasy to take the legs off.
No, the cock. Like it was what? He had the.
Split dude. Yeah.
No. It's like what's his name? It was like he had. Yeah, anyway, they cut it. Yeah, getting his cock cut off like by the woman and was photographed him. Like he's on the couch, like he's dressed out. Like, people fucking do this shit.
The surge, like the what do they call it? Cinema grotesque, or theatre grotesque.
I guess.
Where they have things done to them, and people come and pay and watch to, please come and watch me. Have my genitals removed and things like that.
Correct.
Yeah. Theatre grotesque.
So he was willing. He was consenting.
Yeah.
And things.
They get paid good money.
Yeah. So friggin' beheading, mate. 100K.
Maybe. Someone just dropped a big numbers down and went, hey, look,
and you
instead of being a Dubai toilet, I'll just give you the freedom.
I'll give you the freedom.
I'll give you a meal, and just take it off. Yeah.
How much would you, if someone said to you, I want to behead you and I'll give the money to your son prior, so you can confirm it, like, not after, like prior.
Got it in the bank. Yeah, that's
in
it.
the bank, yeah. Would you do if you to be beheaded? You can say, fuck you, you answer the question yourself, so, you know what I mean? But you can say that to me, I'll give it a go.
Nah, I want to keep on going, so the answer would be no in my account.
No, you just say no.
Not about it, any amount of money would do it. Yeah, I'll keep going, yeah.
No, fuck no. Like, I wonder. When I was thinking about, like, how much would it...
pretty soon, yeah.
Because you think about, like, if you think about, like, like, let's say you and I are praying mantises.
Yeah.
Okay, so to give life to our child, male, right?
Okay.
Right, so to give life.
To give, you had to lose.
You had to lose, mate. So
if that's your only option, to give, then you're going to have to lose, aren't you?
Okay. So in that regard, I think the value of me would be like 10 mil or 100 mil.
I'd say 100 because we're friends.
100. Yeah, but I mean in terms of like but like as a sort of like a generic, like a sort of the average value of a parent's life.
50K?
No, to a child.
To a child.
Not emotionally, I mean, but as a financial value.
$500,000.
You think only $500,000?
500 bangers. Yeah. Most of them be satisfied 500 bangers.
You can't buy a house for 500 bangers. Is a parent worth a house?
They know they're not going to ever buy a house, so they got
500 bangers. Yeah. I mean, you could at least get a good car.
Nice fucking little van or something.
Dad does the act, kills him, gets beheaded for it on Snuff TV.
Nice little van.
500K, Jeez.
Nice unit.
I would like to think it was more money, but you're probably right.
Yeah, come on, man.
But would you? But,
I mean, seriously, from my point of view, how important am I?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but 500K would be like a gold mine. I'm not that important.
No, yeah, like in terms of...
I mean, I might earn a couple of mil across a lifetime, right, and then, pay the whatever tax for that.
But in terms of what you could give to your offspring personally, you think like 500k would just be a pretty big win. I think.
Yeah, from my point of view.
Okay, but I think it's a mill. I think that because I think that $1 million now is basically the adult $100
point.
Yeah, it's like having $100. So imagine if you left home with $100 and
back in the old days, enough to
$100 in a job,
buy a house and 3 wives. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's particular the combination of value.
I know. It was a lot simpler times back then, bro. Come on.
But yeah, the value of things. But it was only, but I mean, as in what I mean by that is time. So it depends how long it took to generate 100 units. If that took you a month, then maybe that's worth fucking 20 grand now.
$10 now.
Maybe $100 is worth $20,000 now. Like a month.
The equivalent of through the time spannings.
That's a hell of a thing to end on.
Damn straight, mate. Don't get someone so angry or get stuck. Don't get caught in a snuff film.
Yeah, don't get caught in a snuff film. And if you really consider your value, because I reckon it's more than that. I reckon it's much more than that.
Tell them, hey, hang on.
And the damage
this is going to happen. I need to get some guarantees to, those who are low.
How did you
make sure they're taken care of?
My dad got beheaded in a snuff film for me so that I could succeed in life.
One of the most successful ones ever done.
Yeah. And you just accept your role as the
son of the
praying mantis. My dad identified as a praying mantis, and my dad identified as a praying mantis, and as a result, gets killed in a snuff film for a meal. Maybe a meal.
Set me up. Love the guy. So thankful.
I didn't eat him, but he was there.
Mum ate the whole thing. It was delicious.
Mum ate the whole thing. Yeah, she was like, thank fuck, he's done his job.
Yeah, I was hungry after that.
Yeah,
damn. Got to get some eggs on.
In fact, it requires the mother to sign them up for the show. It becomes like it actually moves out of snuff territory and becomes just like an actual category of like provision as a father. You just choose to take it.
What do you choose to be in later on in life, young lady?
How would you turn it into a game show?
I want to be the praying mantis woman. Oh, okay, okay, they're good. Yeah, come this way. We can show you the path.
Real Talk is Cheap, Season X, Episode 9.
Damn great to have you here.
X9.
Hope you make it home.
It's
with your head. Make it home.
Make it home with your head. But the value that you have to your child is